Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. It's Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports. And coming up on today's live programming, you know what? It's happy hour. It's Thursday, and literally happy hour is officially started here on the Raiders Report. So let's get this party started. We're going to be looking at Raiders-Rams joint practice. I'm going to give you the news that happened today. I'm also going to give you the top winners and losers from the past two joint practices for the Silver and Black. On top of that, I've had a lot of people ask me, Mitch, who are some of the players you're going to be watching in the preseason game up against the Rams? So I got 10 players there, and then even on top of that, I got the top 10 position battles that I am watching right now. We got 320 people tuned in to the Raiders Report. If you haven't already, click that like button right now, and I need everyone to give a warm welcome to the man, the myth, the legend, Raiders! Let's go! Welcome in Jeremy, Chuggs, Jaime, Wild One, Queen, Matthew, Chad,
Woo!
Scott Raiders, Drew, Taino Raider, we got it right this time. AP, Girls Dad, Ron C, Venom Sosa, Zalesbo. It's good to see all of y'all. If you can't already tell, we got a jam-packed show for each and every one of y'all out there.
Oh, it's so packed.
I'm telling you what, my dad's favorite expression was, Mitch, I got so much shit I got to do today. It's like stuffing 5 pounds of sausage in a 4-pound bag. That's a Richie go-to line. You want to know where I live? Middle of nowhere. Where do you live? Where are you watching from? Robert Jansen, what up, man? We see Oklahoma City from Die Hard.
Taino, if you got it tatted already,
let's see it.
Let me know. Text me the picture.
I mean, I hope he's got it tatted, or else he's just been tracing over his arm with Sharpie since that day, or he hasn't showered. Taino, which one is it, man? We got Stafford, California from Joseph. Mario, I see you. Oh, no, Mario's from there. Joseph from Tunkhannock, PA. Joseph, when I was 10 years old back in 2003, when we won Pennsylvania State title, it was actually in Tunkhannock. It was at the Tunkhannock Little League field. I don't think I'll ever forget that. So, there you go, Tunkhannock.
Tunkhannock. There we go.
Is what it is, right? What up, Scott? Albuquerque, New Mexico. We got Colorado from Mike. Santa Maria, 805. Montana from Lost.
Oh, Colorado. I bet he loves a joint practice.
No doubt about it. Colorado Spring from Madvet. The Bronx, New York from Ernie. Riverside, California from the most aggressive Master Raider that you have ever seen. Now, it is Thursday, which means it is Thursday, Friday happy hour, basically, right? Thursday, Friday happy hour. And here are the deals that we got going on. If you send in a good vibe sticker, we're going to salute to you. We're going to take a drink because that's what these shows today are all about.
And you know what? Every 10
good vibes only.
Every 10 good vibes, I'm taking a shot.
Ooh. I see you. We got a special raffle item today. And not only do we have one raffle item, we actually have
2?
No, not even 2.
Not 2.
Gerard.
We have 3.
3 of them.
3 raffles. So
shout out to a fan that watches the show. His name is Miguel. Miguel, if I'm allowed to reveal your last name, just let me know. But he sent us 3 screen-printed images. So we got a Devontae Adams. We have some mob bosses.
Al Capone, I think.
Al Capone. And then we got a Maxx Crosby one. I'll say personally, the Maxx Crosby is my favorite.
We're gonna sign the back.
Chuggs and I are gonna sign all 3 of these today. So basically, if you don't win on the first spin, it's okay. If you don't win on the second spin, it's okay. If you don't win on the third spin, well then honestly, you probably shouldn't go to Vegas and bet it all this year. But 3 chances to win, $10 super chat, and you are in. We'll spin that wheel at the very, very end of today's show. $100 super chat, you get part of the Boot Hall of Fame. And then every 200 we get today, beer bong once we get to $500 in supers, I got a special.
Ooh.
I got some good news that I want to share with y'all. So
Venom,
once we get there.
Venom, he said one day I'll win. Today might be your day.
Venom.
We're going to have 3 spins of the wheel.
Hey, you never know. And then whoever the MVP of today's show is, I am going to wear your jersey on Saturday for the watch party. If you're like, Mitch, but I don't have a jersey. Well, guess what? I got a jersey back there. It's an old Raiders jersey with the number 4 on it. Okay? I don't know if you know who that is. I'm going to put a piece of duct tape over that, and I'm going to put your name on that jersey if you're the MVP, and I don't got your jersey yet. Sounds good? Eric M. Oh, you're so in.
Oh.
And if Eric's the only one in, he wins all 3.
That'd be lit.
Eric's like, end the stream right now. End it right now. Eric, you're so in. We got 515 people watching. Rebel Montana. He's got the good vibes going, Rebel. Cheers to you, my guy. Eric M. repping the corn shirt.
I'm in.
You got to love to see it. You love to see it. What do you got for me?
Go home, Rebel. Go home, Rebel.
This is the newest rivalry at Chat Sports. Rebel Montana, Marshall Green.
You thought Magic and Bird was a historic rivalry? Peyton Manning, Tom Brady? It's Rebel Montana and Marshall Green.
Wow.
A state versus a color. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Honestly, I would have thought Green would have been welcome in Colorado, Montana. No.
Yeah.
What is it? Montana. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all over the place. Name a player you are watching against the Rams this upcoming week. So if you had one player that you're like, hey, man, no matter what, going to be circled on my screen, that's the guy I am watching. Is it going to be an offensive lineman? Maybe it's a linebacker. Most of y'all are probably going to say Aiden O'Connell, as
AOC.
we already saw from Raider B-Dog, which I've already had multiple Raider fans reach out to me and said, Mitch, can you not refer to Aiden O'Connell as AOC? Hey, you know, whatever your political views are, the way that this show works, it's an abbreviation. And if you haven't caught on, FAB, AOC, it's just kind of what we do here. All right, we got Max from Queen Sarah Auto. I don't know if he's playing. Zamir from Jared. Tyree Wilson from Die Hard Raider Fan 365. Got another super chat. Rolling in here from Lost in Tins. Says, I want Mad Max. You mean this, right?
No, he actually wants Mad Max.
He actually wants Mad Max. I mean, honestly, you marry Mad Max, even though he's already taken, you're probably taken care of for the rest of your life.
Lost in Tins, you in.
You so in Lost in Tins. Mario's going to go with Bernie, the rookie linebacker out of Florida. Manuel Ruiz, Malcolm Kuntz. I like that name. Mondo, what's up, my guy? Eric M. Is Tyree Wilson playing in these practices? He has practiced the past 2 days, but he's still been a limited participant here and there. He's been kind of...
That one clip from Scout where he picks it up.
Oh, dude, he's... What people don't realize is Tyree Wilson is a freak of nature, right? Like, I will admit that obviously Jalen Carter was ranked higher on my board than Wilson because of the overall talent, but the off-the-field stuff is why Carter ended up sliding down a lot of boards. So does it surprise me that he's dominating at Eagles practice? No. But I also know if Wilson stays healthy, I'm telling you, him and Maxx Crosby are going to be a real, and I mean real problem. Dan Dar, what number is my jersey I'm in? Honestly, Dan, I don't know what number your jersey is. What number is your jersey? You got to remember that.
No, he messaged me yesterday. You just weren't in yesterday on Twitter. Or he messaged me like a couple days ago. But I just messaged it to you what he wants.
Okay. Dan Dar wants number 9. It's a great number.
With Dar on the back.
Number 9 Dar. All right.
How many times are you going to get stopped with that? People will be like, Car?
Dar.
Dar. You thought.
You thought. But in fact, it's
you,
Dar.
Number 9 is available.
Number 9's available.
So it's all yours, Dan. And also, Dan.
What do you got?
You in.
You so in. All right, remember, y'all, if you want to get your questions, comments here on the show, you can use hashtag Raiders. You can just super chat to get those questions, comments on today's live show because we already got 631 people watching. 179 likes. Rebel Montana Martin. Oh, wait, 9's already taken.
Oh, 9's taken?
Yeah, that's Cat.
Cat? Okay, the next number he wanted, then I'll change it, is 89.
89's available. I believe so, yeah. As soon as you said 9, I was like, I feel like that's not available. But, yeah, 89.
So he's 89.
Yeah, okay. We'll go with 89 then. Sorry.
Thank you, Rebel.
Well, yeah, as soon as when you said it, I was like, I don't know. And then as soon as I saw it in the chat, I'm like, wait, Cat's 9. Because, yeah. No, that makes sense. All right, we're going to figure it out.
We have to have a list with all the ones that are not taken.
Yeah, Brett's been working on that for a while. It's just our jersey provider, they went on vacation for 2 weeks. So that kind of slowed us down here a little bit. Like I know, like Ira Jackson was the first one that I ordered, which was July 26th. We still have yet to get that one. So like they went on vacation for 2 weeks. It's Lost in Tines. Is that right? Lost in Tines. Now we got it. Kenneth, I want in. Good vibes only. Let's go, Raiders Nation. Hey, man. Cheers to Kenneth Nixon. Good vibes only here on today's show. Wild one. I'm in, and I'm throwing Jimmy Garoppolo out. Why? What did Jimmy G do now? I mean, wow, it's the off season. It's nothing but good vibes, man.
Robert wants to know where the good vibes sticker is, or wants me to tell everybody. It's you go to the super chat, which is the little rectangle little rectangle on the bottom has the money symbol. Click on that. You go to stickers, and then you go to the foam finger one. The foam finger under that.
You click that.
Vibes.
Jorge Alvarez, thank you, man. We greatly appreciate that. We are 9 likes away from 200, and once we get to 200 likes, then we're going to get into Raiders, Rams, joint practice, winners and losers. So while we're waiting here, how many sacks will the Raiders have this upcoming season? How many sacks? What's your number? Because right now the live poll is over under 40.
Oh, I'm going over.
You're going over.
Yeah.
40 would be a lot for the Raiders in recent years.
I'm going
27 last season.
I'm going 48.
48. Robert Jansen says 38. Jim's going to go with 45.
Just for context, the Eagles led the league in sacks last year with 70, I believe. 70 or 71. Trace.
What?
Or Chase. Eagles sacks, is it 70 or 71? 70.
Yep. Well, that's also a gigantic number. Was that regular season?
That was regular season.
That just doesn't even seem right. Raiders had 27. Raider Roger, 37. Mikey, 40. Randy, 69. That'd be a nice amount. Randy, Chase says, I'm Chase. Matt O, 42. AP, 45.
It's about to be
to 50.
Hell in this office.
Yeah?
We're about to if you haven't seen already, we actually made some new hires. One of them starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
His name is Jace.
Yeah.
So we not only have a Trace, a Chase, now we have a Jace.
Yeah. Yep, and we got a kid that likes the car race, especially to his parents' house, doing 120. It's nuts, man. Lost in Tines.
Caught a vibe.
Cheers to you. Zalesbo.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm saving up for when Chuggs gets my jersey. I'm in.
You in.
You know what, Zalesbo? I respect that. I
So
totally
much.
respect that. You know what? Since Zalesbo's a real one, I know what I said today. Once we get to 200, I'll do a beer bong. Because Zalesbo's such a legend. If somebody drops a $100 super chat right now, we're going to get this party started. I'm going to crack open an ice-cold Happy Dad here, and we're going to do a shot fun. I haven't done a shot fun in a minute. It's been a minute since I've done a shot fun. 677 people watching. 69.
Nice.
69 in soups. That's pretty good, man. What up, AP? What up, Mario? Who's ready to get into today's winners and losers here on the Raiders Report? And a friendly reminder that we will be live on Saturday. It's a late one. A real late one.
We'll be live at 7.
Our time. 8 p.m. Eastern time. Hour before kickoff. And I'm off the next day. Chuggs is off the next day.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's going to get rowdy. Let's just say that.
Move today said, what's the deals?
The deals, I mean, you know the deal already. I mean, for you, if you send in a $100, it's a boot. Deals are deals, but here are the rest of the deals today. If you send in a $10 super chat, you're going to get entered into win a raffle item. We actually have 3 raffle items today that we're going to be giving away. Every 200 is going to be a beer bong unless somebody sends in a $100 right now.
Bang! Oh, you are so in, Tryvan.
Tryvan with that handlebar mustache has never been out. He's never been out. He just lives in there. Dude marinates 24/7. Oh, man.
Woo! Tryvan. Crack it.
Well, I need the I was going to do a shot fun. You know, it's fine. I don't want to make Jeremy get up. This one goes out to Tryvan, and this one goes out to Zalesbo for being legends, man. Absolute freaking legends. Tryvan screaming a bang, bang, bangity bang. I said a bang, bang, bangity bang.
Bang, 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 bangity bang. I said a bang, bang, bangity
All right,
bang.
who wants to do a bang clock? You want to do a bang clock? Bang clock is this.
I've never been to China.
You've never been? Oh, now I get it. I kind of like it. Let's go to bang clock right now. Bang clock is this. Every $100 that we get in the next 2 minutes, I'm doing a beer bong one after another.
Oh, my gosh. Yo, Mitch and Chuggs, what did Raider Ron do the other day? Oh, he went absolutely nuclear the other day.
That's part of the big news that I have today. I'll tell you what. Oh, my Lord. That's freezing. These beers, man, are really, really cold.
Oh!
Yo, Yogi!
Oh!
Killa Cruisin' Bang! All right, fill it up. Fill it up. Everybody spam Killa Cruisin'. Give me a lemon lime. Little lemon mixed with some lime. I'm in right behind my man Tryvan. That's some I don't know. That sounds like a pause if I've ever heard one. And I heard Mad Max piece. Yeah, I really want a video of the whole fight between Crosby and Cam Akers. Unfortunately, I don't really think that it's going to come out. But what ended up going down from people who were at practice told me was Cam was running up the sidelines. Crosby didn't really like something, shoved him, and then it was like 6 Rams players got into him, and then it was just havoc because the Raiders were trying to have Crosby's back. So people could say what they want. I would not mess with Maxx Crosby, right? Like, I'm not a boxer by any means. He does do some UFC training. He's got an 81-inch wingspan. Like, you don't get the nickname like the Condor for nothing. I'm not trying to get into a fight with Crosby. Oh, the Tyree Dactyl. Can't beat it. You can't beat it. All right, I'm going to knock back this boot. Let's see how weird we can get right off the bat because I'm already feeling a little loosey-goosey here. All right, if you want to shout out here on today's show, spam Killa Cruisin' right now down in the chat. Chuggs, you take this one.
Hey-o, and we have a first-time super chatter. Yo, Yogi. I get hyped every preseason, but this one feels a little different. Let's go, Raiders! Yo, Yogi. First time super chats. We drink I don't have a drink with me, so I'm just going to take a shot. Yo, Yogi, my guy. Also, you in.
Hang on.
Woo, you in. Killa, you're in.
Oh, man. I'm in. I feel so good right now.
How loose is your goose right now?
Dude, I'm telling you right now, if we were playing Duck, Duck, Goose, I would be the goose.
Oh, this is just so cool.
What is it?
This next super chat, our first Mongol Raider.
Mongol.
Another first-time super chatter.
A first-timer. You know, I've only had 2 first-timers, but Mongol, I'm happy that you're a first-timer. Rebel, you know what? This is cool shit.
That's what I just said.
New rule. If you want to do this, you can. If you want to send in a 20 and put 2 people's names in, I'm about it. Rebel, cheers to you, brother. Cheers to you.
Martin, I just love how 5 months ago, Martin and Rebel Montana didn't know who each other were.
And now they're in each other's weddings.
Best men.
Probably. If you gave Rebel Montana a British stone, he would turn into Martin. Yeah, it's but honestly, it's like one of those things that I love about this show. Like, don't get me wrong, we're all here to talk about the Raiders, right? Like, we're all here to just look at the team, see the goods, the bads, the watch parties are all fun. But in May, June, July, and even, a little bit of August is where you really get to know people. Like, you build those cool friendships, and that's why I love this show, man. Rebel always repping with Martin. It's really, really cool. Aggressive Master Raider. If you give him a stone, what does he turn into?
I don't know if it's legal to say that.
Oh, man. Aggressive Seb, put your boy on that big bad wheel, baby. Am I in?
Oh, you're in.
With a name like Aggressive Master Raider, I hope that you're in. Can you feel me on the wheel yet? Much love, Mitch and Chuggs, to both of you, Raider Nation, and a cheers. Aggressive, thank you, my guy. Thank you. Wild one, Mitch. You said the off season is for the regular season. I'm doing that. Am I reading that wrong?
Mitch, you said the off season is for the regular season. I'm doing that. Goodbye, Garoppolo won't. And McClown, I'll Uber you both to the airport for free.
Well, if you could pick Chuggs and I up, that'd be great. We'll be in Vegas in
Week
September. 3. Yeah, week 3. Steelers, man, I can't wait for that weekend. That's going to be a hell of a weekend.
You said the offseason is getting ready for the regular season.
Oh, that's all right. Fair enough. I didn't know what you meant. Mitch, you said the offseason is for – okay, I see what you're saying. Like, my offseason is preparing for the regular season. I got you. Okay.
I feel like there has to be a punishment if the Raiders make the playoffs for Wild One.
Wild One, you got to eat a whole can of Cheese Whiz. No, you know what, Wild One? If
the chip.
No, perfect. Wild One, I'm going to make you a deal right now, okay? Because if you were to ask me, do I think the Raiders make the playoffs right now, I would probably say no as well. But Wild One, I feel like, has been a little bit of a negative Nancy over the last month, which is fine because I know I've been a negative Nancy before, but hey, it's good vibes only. That's what the offseason's about.
Send in your vibes.
So Wild One, right now, if the Raiders make the playoffs, you're going to send me a video of you doing the chip. Or even better, when you come to Dallas and you're hanging out here at the studio, you're doing the chip. If the Raiders
make the playoffs.
If the Raiders make the playoffs, you're doing the chip. If they don't, I'll do it on the house. I'll do it on the house. Not like J. Cole style. Like, I just mean like in here, in the studio. That's what I'll end up doing.
Deal?
You got a deal there, Wild One? You want the deal? Take it or leave it. What do you want? Take it or leave it.
Wild One.
Wild One.
Wild One. Wild One. Wild One. Wild one. Wild one. Wild one. Wild one.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Should he take the deal? Deal or no deal? Type D for deal. Type ND for no deal. What do we think? Deal or no deal? Queen Serrato says take it. Scotland says take it. Sherry Lynn says take the deal. Wild one. Can't explain in the phone. It's because, oh, all right.
We can think of a different one.
All right, that's fair. I mean, there are people here at the office that also, because of medical reasons, can't eat the chip. Like it literally tells you, like, if you have certain conditions, you can't eat the chip. So, fair enough. We'll come up with another deal. How about this in the meantime? Let's get into today's show. We got some winners and losers from Raiders and Rams joint practice. Got a lot of shows to get through today, so we got some hustling that we need to do.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We got some hustling that we need to do.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
To be honest with you, I'm down to do this whole happy hour the entire show where if shit gets wild and it starts happening, let's get weird. I'm down. I don't got to work tomorrow. Saturday, Chuggs and I have a late day because of that game, so I got plenty of time to recover. I had an off day yesterday, so I was able to rest up here a little bit, but I'm ready, especially when DoorDash is a thing. Oh, man, that's kind of funny. All right, 700 people tuned in. We are 8 likes away from 300. If you haven't already, click that like button. Let's get the 300 likes coming up right now. Raiders, Rams, joint practice, winners and losers. You ready?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Dude, Chuggs is ready. I hope y'all are ready. Coming up right now, the first show of many here on the Raiders Report. Coming up here on today's show, we're going to be looking at the Raiders' winners and losers against the Rams in joint practice. The Raiders and the Rams, they battled the past 2 days, August 16th and 17th in practice, which, to be honest, the 16th was the day that a lot more reps were had compared to the 17th. But hey, the Raiders and Rams actually go up against each other August 19th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And Jeremy Chuggs and I, we're going to be live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications because this Saturday, it's going down and it's going to be one, and I mean one hell of a show. Now, the way that we're going to start this is we're going to start with the offensive players first, and then we will work our way to the defense. I see the $100 super chat from Patrick B, and you bet your ass we are banging the super chat. We're banging, not Patrick B and I, after this show. First one's going to be Jimmy Garoppolo. He's probably done a lot of banging at the ranch, but the reason why he's going to be a winner is, according to sources I've been talking to, he continues to be able to spread the football around, whether it's Hunter Renfrow, Jacoby Myers, Devontae Adams is always going to do his thing. But Garoppolo is really showing command of that offense where, Raider fans got excited to see what Aiden O'Connell did in that first preseason game. Garoppolo's doing essentially the exact same thing at joint practices. Let's go to another winner here. I got to give this nod here to Sincere McCormick. And the reason why he's on this list is the Raiders are continually using him in the running game, obviously, but also in the passing game. I was told by a player, a Raiders offensive lineman, that McCormick has gotten light years better at pass protection, which that's a big thing for a young player like that to be able to take the next step. And because Brittain Brown has missed so much time with injury, that helps out McCormick and his chance to actually make this 53-man roster. Another winner, and I usually don't put the obvious names in here, but Devontae Adams was just straight cooking the last 2 days. And then with his injury last week, and it's only 5 days after that injury to the shin, when you're able to just bounce back that quick like nothing has happened, it doesn't matter if there was 2 players on him or not. Devontae Adams was out roasting people, and arguably the weakest part to that Rams defense is their secondary, and it showed in joint practices the last 2 days. Jacoby Myers is another big winner. I know that he's not the headliner that Devontae Adams is, but I am really excited to see what Myers looks like this upcoming season because he's a hell of a wide receiver too. Like when I tell y'all the Raiders have Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, and then Hunter Renfrow, those are 3 receivers that are top 40 receivers. Not many NFL teams can say that, hey, we got 3 receivers in the top 40 on our roster. That helps out this offense a lot. Another winner has got to be Phillip Dorsett. He's showing his speed. He's showing the big play ability. And I know that the Raiders want players that can take the top off. I'm not sitting up here saying that Phillip Dorsett's going to finish the season with a lot of statistics, but he is going to set up a lot of big plays for a lot of players around him. Why? When you send Phillip Dorsett deep, what does that do? Your defense has to make a decision. Do I either send somebody over top or do I go one-on-one? If you go one-on-one, he's going to win more of those than he's going to lose. You send somebody over the top, that then makes it easier for Jacobs to pick up that extra yardage. That means Jacoby Myers, Devontae Adams, Michael Mayer, Austin Hooper, Hunter Renfrow, somebody's going to get a one-on-one. And with this offensive line playing the way that it is, anytime we get a one-on-one, I like our chances. Let's now go to the offensive line. Greg Van Roten. I told you all when the Raiders signed him a few months ago, this is going to be your starting right guard. I still believe that that is going to be the case. He's better than Alex Bars. He continues to go out there and be very impressive. Another dude who was, and I mean, one of the biggest winners. I was talking to a fellow starting offensive lineman. I said, hey, man, give me some of your winners on the offensive line. The 2 names that he threw out, the number 1 name was Andre James. He said James is getting better and better and better, and he's making it easier for him to do his job. Another name that was thrown out to me was Colton Miller, where Miller we haven't heard too much about, and a lot of the times it's like it kind of goes to the whole thing. During the offseason, people talk about players that maybe you don't expect so much from. We know that Colton Miller is a top 10 offensive tackle. So he's going to go out there and do Colton Miller things, right? Like, it's going to take a lot to get that notoriety. Miller's going out there. He's doing his thing. He was a clear winner, though, up against the Rams. And then I kind of realized I haven't done this in a long time, but I talked to one of my sources at practice on, what was it, Wednesday? I keep getting my days mixed up. On Wednesday, and I said, who was one of the best practice players? And he said A.J. Cole. And I kind of laughed because I was like, well, why is it A.J. Cole? And he was like, dude, the punts that Cole was making were like field flipping type of punts, like inside the 5, pinpoint accuracy. And I laughed because that's one of the things that, again, we don't nearly talk about enough. I know Daniel Carlson's one of the best kickers in the league. But A.J. Cole, and for you to have that ability to flip the field, where if you have that quick 3 and out, if you only gain 1 first down, you know, you're starting at the 20-yard line compared to starting inside the 5, that's a huge momentum shift. And A.J. Cole had himself one hell of a joint practice. Now, here's the thing, what I want to know from every single one of y'all out there. Name a Raiders joint practice winner versus the Rams on offense. So, any name that you maybe have heard some good things about, please, I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Let me know some winners on offense. Now we're going to go to some of the losers on the offensive side of the football. The first name that I'm going to bring up here is Netane Moody for 2 reasons. One, from what I've been told, he's losing the battle between Alex Bars and Greg Van Roten. He's probably the 3rd man on that list. He is getting some extra reps with Dylan Parham out right now with that concussion issue. On top of that, he went up against Aaron Donald today. And I don't know if that makes him a loser or not, but he did lose quite a bit to Donald today. Let's go to another loser here on the offensive side of the football. It's Brittain Brown, and this is just more of Sincere McCormick is doing his thing. Brittain Brown isn't out there on the field, and when you're drafted by this regime, yes, it was in the 7th round. I don't see how in the world this guy makes this roster. Another loser here has got to be Jacob Hollister, and it's not so much what he hasn't done. I really was thinking about putting Cole Fotheringham on the winners list because right now at joint practice, Fotheringham is outplaying Hollister. And if this team does decide to keep 4 tight ends, I think it's going to be Cole Fotheringham over Hollister. Yes, Hollister might be the better blocker, but Cole's showing the more athletic side. And if I'm the Raiders, and I'm McDaniels and Ziegler, and if you guys want to disagree with me, please don't be shy. Let me hear what you have to say. Would you rather bet on the better blocker, or would you rather bet on the player who is showing you more athleticism that's younger? I'm going to bet on athleticism that's younger if it's the fourth tight end on our team. Now, coming up next year, we got some Raiders winners and losers on the defensive side of the football. But before I show you all those guys, winners, losers, hey, if you're a winner, go put your money where your mouth is. Go to chatsports.com/Raiders. You can bet on the Raiders to win the Super Bowl. You can bet on them to win the AFC West. What about Week 1? You can do all of that. You can bet on the NBA now that the schedule's out. You can bet on MLB. Whatever you want, go to chatsports.com/Raiders. But here's the thing. You're not going to get a 125% deposit bonus unless you go to that link down there. You use that promo code. So that means you put down $100. You're going to get $125 for free to bet with. The deal that I like right now, you can bet on Tyree Wilson to win Rookie of the Year. Last time I checked, plus 500 odds. Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Risk $10, win $50. I don't know, Tyree Wilson, I'm willing to take it. Let's go to the next one. Coming up here, more practice winners on defense. Maxx Crosby. Not only do I know that he could beat the shit out of Cam Akers, he's just a bad, bad man. Like, he's the best player on the field every time he steps out there. I was told by one person that he probably had 5 or 6 sacks yesterday. It's pretty good. Let's go to the next name here. Isaac Rochelle, another name that has been sticking out, which kind of interesting because the Raiders, they got a really difficult decision to make here for edge rushers. Like, I know they're going to keep Crosby, Chandler, Tyree. After that, though, there's a lot of unknowns. Adam Plant Jr. has been good. Isaac Rochelle has been out there impressing. Jordan Willis is a name that we'll talk about. So, some interesting names, no doubt about it. Another winner, it's got to be Adam Butler. Like, with whatever the Raiders decide to do at defensive tackle, I've been covering this team since, and I say covering this team, I've been covering this team since 2018 very, very closely. This 53-man roster that we're about to see on August 29th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, I don't know if I'm going to be more excited to see a roster get trimmed down because of all the competition and the battles, but Butler's up there. Nesta, Jade, Silvera's got to be up there. In one-on-one drills, I mean, Nesta, Jade, Silvera might be the Raiders' best player in one-on-one drills, and it's kind of tough to get those type of reps because I do think come game time, I mean, if you're able to get a 7th-round pick who's taking on double teams, that just helps out every other player around him. Bilal Nichols continues to show that he is another good name, and I know it's a name that we don't really bring up a lot, but he's the best Raiders defensive tackle. Like, that has been reported. I'm telling you from players who are on the team, they are telling me straight up, Bilal Nichols is the best defensive tackle on this roster. And when you're expected to play at a certain level, you don't really get the notoriety that maybe some of these other players do. But Bilal's a name that y'all need to keep in mind. Another winner here, Robert Spillane. He's the best linebacker on this roster right now, which scares the absolute freaking hell out of me. It does. He had a lot of picks in Madden. He's got just as many, though, in training camp practice this entire offseason. With Spillane's ability, and when I say ability, his coverage still scares me. And until I see it on Sundays, regular season, I'm going to be a little bit pessimistic. But he is showing the ability to be able to go out there and cover, and he did it again this joint practice rotation. Sam Webb, he had himself an interception, and when you're at this spot where you're the 7th, 8th, maybe he's the 6th corner on this team, depending on what McDaniels and Patrick Graham decide to do. But when you're able to force turnovers, especially when the main thing that the Raiders are really preaching this year in that secondary is turnovers, I got to give Webb the nod to be a winner. And then we got another one, Roderick Teamer Jr. This isn't so much for his play from a defensive side of the football standpoint. This is special teams. And special teams is always something that's overlooked for a lot of people for 53-man rosters and whatnot, but this Raiders organization values it. And when Teamer's one of the top players time and time again, top gunner, I know this is going to be a name that some of y'all old school Raider fans, Oakland fans, when I say old school, I mean like the past few years, Dale Levitt. Why was Dale Levitt always able to make the team? Because he was a great gunner. He was a great special teams player. And Roderick Teamer is the best gunner that this team has right now, and he's showing it. Marcus Epps, he had another interception today in practice. He's been flying all over the football field. He might be one of the biggest reasons why they don't bring back Daron Harmon, because this is your leader. My sneaky captain prediction this year is Marcus Epps. I think they're going to name him a captain. So we named some joint practice winners on offense. Let's name some joint practice winners on the defensive side of the football. If I missed the name, this is your opportunity to tell me, because I talk to certain people. I'm sure you guys see other people out there reporting other things. I want to know who you think is a winner on defense. Now, in terms of the losers, I got 4 names here to talk about from the loser standpoint. First name I'm going to bring up here is Jordan Willis. And the reason, Isaac Rochelle continues to play well. Adam Plant Jr., he played well on Wednesday. He missed Thursday's joint practice. But then on top of that, Willis is a interesting player. And they like his ability to play inside, outside on that defensive line. But I haven't heard much from players, coaches, people who I talk to, nothing on Willis. And I got to make that him. That has to make him a loser. Let's go to another name here. It's Byron Young. Byron Young was underwhelming in the first preseason game, was, according to reports, underwhelming in Wednesday's practice, missed Thursday's practice. And when you hear all these other reports, Byron is obviously going to make the team. He was a third-round pick. But when you hear all these other reports about some of these other defensive tackles stepping up, the Raiders, they're going to have a lot of tough decisions to make. Byron's going to make it. That still doesn't mean that he can't be a loser. Let's go to another name here that's a loser, Divine Diablo. I want more. And this is more of the expectation. Is he doing okay? Yes. I need more. If you're going to have the green dot, if you're going to be this top linebacker, it blows my mind the fact that this Raiders organization has yet to sign a linebacker from the free agents that are out there right now to help compete with this team, because it is one of the worst linebacker rooms in the NFL. And I get so frustrated with Divine because he has all the talent in the freaking world. He's an athletic specimen. He is. But he can't seem to put it together up here. And maybe they're throwing a little bit too much at him, but it looks like a lot of these other defenders are getting it. And they're leaving Divine in the back. He needs to start catching up. The final name here for losers is Tyler Hall. And the reason why Hall's on this list is I talked to a source at Raiders joint practice the last 2 days, and with Nate Hobbs missing on Wednesday, Amik Robertson and Tyler Hall, they got more of the extra reps in the slot. I was told that Amik outplayed Tyler Hall, and then today I was told that he did okay. I don't know if he's going to make the 53-man, but if Amik's outplaying him, and where they have Amik on the depth chart, and what I've seen from preseason, what I've heard from reports, players, I would say Amik is above Tyler Hall right now, and that's just the God-honest truth. Now, remember, if you don't already know, you can always hit me up on Twitter. You can always hit me up on Instagram as well. I'm at MitchellRenz365. Trying to keep you guys up to date with as much Raiders content as humanly possible, because I know our live shows are a good time, but also covering the joint practices, covering everything that this team does 24/7 is something that I do take a lot of pride in. So, if you got that commitment to excellence, hit that subscribe button, and don't be afraid to hit us up on social media. Can Maxx Crosby and Tyree Wilson become a top 3 pass rush duo? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no. And Jeremy.
Oh! Patrick B. Bang!
Shout out to Patrick B.
Ow! I love hearing about Crosby being Crosby and getting those shots in. He is born to be a Raider. Our swagger's back! I got my swagger back!
I'll tell you this right now. Maxx Crosby is the best Raider, okay? He is the best Raider since Charles Woodson. I think when Crosby's done with his career, people are going to talk about Maxx Crosby in the same breath that they do Charles Woodson. He's that special of a player, but he's also that special of a teammate. He's a 4th-round pick. He's worked his freaking tail off. He's worked for everything that he's had. And then today he's out there when he could have had a time They gave players time off. What did he do? He went over. He got Tyree Wilson. He said, hey, let's go put in some extra work over here. And when you watch a lot of the videos from training camp today, Crosby watched every rep from Tyree. Like, every single rep. And then what does he do? He takes him over to the side and said, hey, you're doing this, this, and this. Like, I'll message Maxx later on today, and I'll try to get a breakdown of it a little bit. But, like, that's the type of shit where you go to that next level. And if it wasn't for Maxx Crosby, these past few seasons, from a defensive side of the football standpoint, I don't know. Somebody says, how about Howie Long? I mean, Howie Long's even longer ago. I'm saying, like, Raider all-time greats, right? Like, Raider all-time greats. Who is the last all-time great? Like, Howie Long's definitely up there, but Charles Woodson is like, Tim Brown's great as well. Is Tim Brown in the same breath as Charles Woodson?
Robbie
I don't know. He was a great center, but no, it's not. It's not the same.
The O-line never gets love.
It's in the last 20 years, right? Like, I'm talking, when you think of, like, all-time Raider greats, right? Like, I'm sure there's a name that comes to your mind in the 70s,
Donald
the 80s,
Penn.
the 90s. Get out of here. The 2000s, the 2010s, right? Like, I'm thinking Maxx Crosby, the next name that comes to my mind is Charles Woodson.
Kelechi Osemele.
Is there a name that's in between? Dude. You're an all-time troll. I respect it. I do.
Jerry Rice.
Yep. Okay. Rich Gannon in 2002 did win an MVP. Yep. Now Martin's definitely trolling. Jamarcus Russell. Oh, man, that's funny.
I didn't realize this until
This one's for Patrick
the other week when our, one of our statisticians, Mr. Matthew Peterson, told me Bo Jackson only played for like 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah. It's the hip. It was the hip.
Sebastian.
Seabass. He's a kicker, though.
All-time Raider?
He's an all-time Raider, but I said Crosby's going to be in the same breath as Charles Woodson. That's different.
Trent Brown.
They have a Ring of Honor or something like that?
They have like their own version of it, but the Raiders don't retire jerseys.
Black hole.
Yeah, we got a better 4 now. Yeah. Do you think you could get me a few more of these?
Killa, I'm going to take some shots for you. Well, let's get wild. Let's get wild.
He said, well, then, let's get wild. All right, I got a special deal right now. $50 super chat to back up Killa Cruz because I'm repping his jersey today. Somebody sends in a 50. It's another beer bong. And I'll tell you the good news.
Let's get wild. Let's get wild.
If we get a 50, I'll tell you the good news.
Ow. And then I do need you to take another sip.
I am bloated. What?
I need you to take another sip.
I'll tell you what. I think there's going to be some people that heard that show that I just did.
From Raider Muerte.
And they're going to be like, this guy took a few sips. This guy took a few.
Let's get wild.
Cali Raider said, I'm getting married. Are you getting married or do you think that's my good news? Because if you didn't know, I'm already engaged. What's the good news? Do you know? I don't know. Fluffy says 69 sacks. Giggity. Can Crosby and Tyree become a top 3 pass rush duo? Yes or no? They better. It's like, if you're taking Tyree Wilson at number 7, which, again, good player, really good player, was one of my top 10 prospects, but defensive end was not one of the biggest needs for this team. We can all agree with that, right? Well, Killa said, well, I guess I backed myself up. All right, Killa. All right, man. You know what, though? Because I got the jersey on. Hang on, I got to actually... Let's before this just gets too out of hand, we got to add Tryvan to the Boot Hall of Fame. I got to add Patrick B. Tryvan 8. Oh, boy. All right. Hang on a second here. Tryvan, since you're a part of Mount Raidermore, and Patrick B, since you're a part of Mount Raidermore, are you guys good with... If 2 people send in a 50, that's a beer bong. Because these deals are already, I'm just getting crazy as it goes. Killa, What's today's date? The 17th? Oh, dude. Already the 17th. That's kind of wild, isn't it? Dude, we'll be in Vegas a month from now, right? Is that how that works? Oh, no, it's the 24th. I don't remember. I feel like week one's the 17th. Yeah, it was
Let me see what's up with my assistant.
Yeah, you should probably do that. I was trying to get so Alex's dad's birthday's on Sunday, and I hope he's not watching this because I'm like flirting with the idea, guys. I know you're gonna get upset when I tell you this. He's a Cowboys fan, I know, but I was gonna buy him preseason Raiders Cowboys tickets, take the whole family, right? Alex, her mom, and her sister, and him. Or do I spend basically triple and get him to go to Cowboys Packers? Now, Chuggs and I will be at Raiders Cowboys tailgate at least for an hour. We're gonna get there early, and then we're gonna end up leaving, come back here, get ready for the watch party. So if you're planning on being in Dallas for that game, just keep that in mind. 730 people watching. Move today, drive in. Let's hear some news. So here's the news. The news is I'm going to pour this beer into this beer bong real quick, and I'm going to do this. News? Well, there's more news than that, but I need to do this first or else I'm going to lose track here. Cheers to all y'all. Hellcat. Shit, I almost wore Hellcat's jersey today. I picked Killa because I didn't know. I knew Killa was going to be here. I didn't know if Hellcat's here. Hellcat, next Thursday, I'm wearing your jersey.
There we go. Oh, wow. Yeah. Goes down smooth.
It doesn't. That's cold. That's ice cold.
Shane Leckler?
Who?
Shane Leckler?
Oh, that's another great. But the question is, do you put Shane Leckler in the same conversation as Charles Woodson?
I've heard many
The answer is no.
I've heard many people say Shane Leckler is the Charles Woodson of punters.
I mean, he might be the greatest punter of all time. The Raiders might have the two greatest special teams players of all time, though now I'd make the argument Justin Tucker's probably going to go down as the greatest kicker of all time.
Over Adam Vinatieri?
I mean, the numbers say yes.
But like the clutchness.
The numbers say yes. Justin Tucker, Adam Vinatieri. I get it. Oh, Ray Guy. Yeah, Ray Guy's got to be up there. Guy and Leckler. Two GOATs, man. There's no doubt about it. Hang on, I got one more here. All right, one more. This one's for Trivan and Ira. And then once this is down,
wild one.
I'll tell you the good
Chuggs
news.
To get a jersey boot race.
A jersey boot race. I don't even know what I'm at already, but I am at a pace that I can't keep up with. I'm telling you that right now. We are off and running. No doubt about it.
The Asamoah?
Come on. Come on. Good corner. Not in the same breath as Charles Woodson. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Crosby's in that breath of when it's all said and done, people are going to talk about Maxx Crosby the way they do Charles Woodson. That's my point.
Yeah. Josh Jacobs?
He won't even be on the team next year. Great running back. Won't be on the team next year. Okay. Who's ready to hear the good news? You ready?
I'm ready.
Well, we're actually 18 likes away from 400. Let's get the 400 likes, and then we'll get to the good news. But shout out so far to today's MVP, if my math is mathing correctly, Trivan. Actually, wait a minute.
I think he's tied with.
He's tied with Killa. Killa and Trivan tied right now for the MVP. Remember, whoever is the MVP of today's show, I'm wearing your jersey on Saturday. And then in third place right now is...
Oh, wait, no.
Talk to me.
No, it is Killa is the MVP today.
Right now, Killa's the MVP so far.
He's at 200. Trivan's at 150.
Oh, you're right. Killa's at 2, Trivan 150, and then it's Patrick B. There we go. All right, here's the good news. Everybody, put in your calendar. August 31st, circle it, 2 weeks from today, Raiders tattoo. Wild. It's wild stuff. August 31st, live here on the Raiders Report, Raiders tattoo. So the preseason game last week, which was an absolute mind-blowing thing, Raider Ron, he did what Raider Ron does, and we're getting a Raiders tattoo. That's the long story short. So it's going to be August 31st, and if it takes... It's going to be a 2-day process. Let's just say that. I don't want to give away too much, but it's going to be a 2-day process. Live streaming here on the Raiders Report. It's going to be a solid like 16 hours of live content. It's a 16-hour Raiders tattoo. Let's just say that. It's going to be a long one. Raider Ron is the GOAT. Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a day. I will say I will not be drinking alcohol on that show. Well, you're not supposed to drink and get tattooed. It makes your blood thin. Makes the process. You bruise a lot easier. So I'm not going to be drinking. But
so instead of beer bongs,
water bongs. Or I'm going to have a lot of Pedialyte. So usually when I get my tattoos, I drink Pedialyte.
different kinds of bongs.
Pedialyte bong. Sure. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. We'll get Raider Dabs to step in. I mean, I don't know what it's going to be like.
500 to smack it.
To smack my tattoo?
Yes.
I mean, it's going to be 8 hours on Thursday, and then
That's what I was saying.
we got time to kill.
I honestly think
500.
I honestly think 2Cam. Our boss is walking in right now. I need Madden 24. Double cam setup. Cam on the left, Mitch getting his tattoo. Cam on the right, me playing a full season of Raiders franchise mode.
Or you could do.
Yeah,
Go through the schedule and you just rotate someone out here. You play week 1 against whoever gets to play. Rotate someone out.
So people playing me each game?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
For each matchup.
I'm down.
I'm in. We'll
Everybody
play.
takes 30, 40 minutes.
Or you
Michael
got,
Orr. Hey,
no.
shame on you, Leanne. Shame on you.
I was gonna say you could do an entire Madden season with Aiden O'Connell as the quarterback. That would be rough.
Patrick B, are you getting Madden 24 tomorrow? I hope so. I need Madden 24. I really do.
I mean, I'm sure we can figure it out in the budget. We'll get it.
Somehow, if I
can
can get Madden 24 tomorrow, that'd be dope.
Oh, man. All right. I think we got to get into this next segment. What do you think?
I think so.
I think it's time to get into this next segment. Saturday, be there or be square. Jeremy, Chuggs, and I, we're going to be live here on the Raiders Report. Actually, Chuggs, before we get into the next segment, let's show everybody real quick here one more time what the special is on today's Super Chat menu. Remember, if you send in a good vibe sticker, we'll take a drink for that because it is always about the good vibes.
Got a vibe.
Rebel Montana said, hi, Marianne. Add her to the raffle. Also, Mitch, what state is area code 615?
Tennessee.
If I lose, take a shot. 615. Is it Tennessee?
Let me double check.
If it's not, I get another guess. 615. Did Chuggs just save me? I don't know.
All right. I saw what it is.
Okay.
Do you think I was right or do you think I was wrong?
I'm going to trust you, Chuggs. Don't let me down. You're letting me down. It's Kentucky.
I'm never going to let you down.
Oh, let's
it's
go.
Tennessee, baby.
There we go.
I remember, Rebel.
There we go.
Nashville, to be exact.
Wow, Scotland just said Lester Hayes better than Woodson. What do you guys think of that? Who would you take, Lester Hayes or Charles Woodson? H for Hayes, W for Woodson. I'm going to take Woodson. All right, Marianne, you in. We're going to do a raffle at the very end of today's show. We got 3 giveaways today. You could win either a screen-printed Maxx Crosby, signed by Chuggs and I.
Al Capone.
Al Capone. I keep forgetting the name. It's like Raiders Mafia style here. Al Capone. Or you could win a framed Devontae Adams, signed by Chuggs and I. All courtesy of a Raiders Report watch here.
If you want, I can sign it as if I'm Devontae Adams.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's effed up.
Just in, not in cursive, just in
You're just going to
print.
put, yeah.
Devontae
Adams. I think that's worse. Drive-In! Vibes. Always. Always good vibes from Drive-In. And
What a
Raider
vibe.
Muerte. Oh, man. Move today. Says, I want the Mad Max one. The problem is
Dude, he's going to start spamming these.
Drive-In.
Vibes. Thanks for the roses. Thanks for the roses.
Yeah, what is that? I've heard you guys talk about it out there.
So on
I'm not on TikTok.
On TikTok, there are people that do lives.
Okay.
And it's literally just them standing in front of the camera, and they're just like this. And then when people send in like
Drive-In!
When people send in like basically it's the YouTube stickers, they have TikTok stickers.
Okay.
And whenever like say Tri-Van sent in the vibes, you'd be doing this, and then somebody sends in the sticker, you're like, oh, thanks for the vibes. And then you just go back to this. Somebody sends in a sticker that's roses, and you're like, thanks for the roses. And they'll just do that for hours, and people will just send them stickers. I'm not shitting you.
Oh my God.
Thanks for the vibes.
But what is this? That's what I don't get.
It's just so they're not standing still. They're just like, thanks for the roses.
See, this is why I don't do TikTok. Thanks for the vibes.
See, Martin's seen it.
I just don't get it, I guess. I don't know. I don't.
Oh, thanks for the vibes.
We might have to cancel this freaking thing.
Drive-In! Thanks for the vibes.
Ray says she makes roughly 4. That's wild, man. If you guys want, Chuggs and I will do a live show, and it'll strictly be stickers. And we'll do that for an hour.
Thanks for the vibes. Thanks for the vibes. Thanks for the vibes.
I don't think I could do it. You're so good at it, I think. I don't know.
So we're actually thinking about making that. We're doing a Madden League here at the office, and we have a TikTok.
Don't ever do that.
We have
Thank
an
you.
office. We have an office TikTok. We're thinking about making that the punishment. Loser has to do that for an hour on TikTok.
That's
Live.
actually funny. That's amazing.
Thanks for the roses.
See, low key, like one of my favorite punishments, like, and now with like fantasy football coming back. Oh, Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills. Thanks for the vibes,
dude. One of my favorite punishments is like when you see like in fantasy football you got to like take a doll out to like a fancy dinner. Like imagine the nicest steakhouse that you can find.
Ooh, thanks for the roses.
Like the nicest.
Oh!
Chance! Bang!
Thanks for the roses.
Happy Thursday, fellas. Looking forward to the season. Let's go, Raiders!
Thanks for the roses.
Holy shit. Put them on the Boot Hall of Fame.
Every time you send in a rose sticker, Mitch has to say, thanks for the roses.
I don't.
Yes.
Chuggs does.
Yes, that's a new one.
Chuggs will say it. I will not.
Every rose sticker, Mitch or me is going to say, thanks
Probably
for the
you.
roses.
It's probably going to be you.
James. I just wanted to say hi.
Oh. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness is right. All right, Chuggs, we still got 3 segments to do here.
Thanks for the roses.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay. What are we at here?
PG said, Chuggs, I'm going to have nightmares.
Probably. Oh, Christ.
Your turn.
You've created
we'll go
a
back
monster.
And forth. We'll go back and forth.
Thanks for the roses. You've created a monster. I don't like this.
Oh, my goodness. This is fantastic.
This is awful. No, I'm not doing it. Is this the Rose Bowl? It feels like the Rose Bowl. Chance! Cheers to you.
Thanks for the roses. Oh, my goodness.
Ugh. The dumb shit that we do sometimes on this show. It's mind-blowing to me. You're doing all of them.
Your turn.
Coming up next here on...
You have to, it's your turn, man.
Coming up here on the Raiders
Did you
Report.
just say it one time?
No, you got it. I believe in you.
Killer sent it in for you.
I know he did.
One for each of us.
You know, Killa makes roses.
Thanks for the roses.
Dude, he does. Honestly, Killa, you could do it. You could do it. All right. Coming up next here on this show.
If you send a corn sticker, Mitch has to go, yum, yum, love corn.
I'm worried to see what some of these stickers are.
Thanks for the roses.
Dude, no way. All right, coming up next here on the Raiders Report. I'm not saying it anymore.
One time for Anthony.
I'm not doing it. Next up here, we are going to be looking at the top 10 Raiders to watch against the Rams.
Thanks for the roses.
That's a lot of roses. You're right. There's I don't know what to do. You guys are breaking me. I'm being broken down.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
All right. New rule. If it's not 5 or above, we're not putting it up on screen because I'm not doing it.
Unless it's vibes.
Unless it's vibes, then it's fine. If it's 5 and above, then it's fine. Actually, you know what? I'll make you guys a deal. If it's 5 or above, for vibes,
Drive-ins just send in the vibes if you can take a sip.
roses, I'll say that stupid thing if it's 5 and above.
Yum, 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 corn.
I'm not doing that. I refuse to do that.
Oh, my goodness. All right, let's get into this next segment.
Thank the Lord.
All right.
Coming up next here on today's show
Players
is
to watch.
Players to watch up against the Los Angeles Rams. Are you guys ready? I hope so. Are you ready? Thanks for the roses. Coming up, players to watch against the Rams. Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report on today's show, presented by Panda Subs. If you're looking for the protein that I use, if you're looking for the fat burners that I use, then make sure you go to pandasubs.com. Make sure you use code preseason, 25% off, and this is a limited time deal. Coming up here, holy eyeballs, the top 10 players to watch against the Los Angeles Rams this Saturday. Jeremy Chuggs and I, we're going to be live for Raiders' second preseason game up against the Rams. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you got those notifications turned on because we're going to be live an hour before kickoff, so 8 p.m. Eastern time. Chuggs and I are going to be getting wild here. Last week, Raider Ron made me get a tattoo, and I'm going to be getting that Raiders tattoo August 31st live here on the Raiders Report, so put that in your calendar. I don't know what's going to happen in the second preseason game. All I know is It's going to be a great time, and hopefully y'all are tuned in and ready to be watching. So subscribe live, 8 Eastern time is when we're going to be. That's when we're going to be starting. Let's just say that. All right, coming up here now is our top 10 players to watch, and I have them ranked from 10, working my way all the way down to 1. At number 10, I'm going to go with Malcolm Koonce here. He was a solid player last week up against the Niners. He showed some good burst here and there. Like, if you need a player to be able to get after the quarterback, third down, like, that's where Koonce is at his best. Quarterback pressures, pinning his ears back, going after and getting the QB. If you need him in the run defense game, that's just simply not where he excels at. I want Malcolm to make this team, and I do think he's gotten the raw end of the deal in terms of NFL careers, right? You come into the NFL in 2020. It's a COVID year. Brand new defensive coordinator in 2021. Another brand new defensive coordinator in 2022. That's also a lie. In 2021, he came in the NFL. 2022, brand new DCs, just had a different defensive coordinator every single freaking season. That doesn't help you out. Finally gets a second year in a Patrick Graham system. I'm curious to see what he's able to do. Let's go to number 9 here. It's Trey Tucker. Like, Trey Tucker, you saw the burst, you saw the quickness, you saw the vertical speed last week, but, and that's the big but, 2 big drops. 1 catch for 15 yards. He could have had a 40-yard seam route. Dropped it. It was a really tough catch. And then the other ball was on third down. I don't think he would have got the first. But the biggest thing that Trey needs to be able to do is, we know that he's a dynamic athlete. Can you put it together, though, on Sundays? I need to see it this week up against the Rams. At number 8, it's Jacorian Bennett. And I had a friend ask me, yo, Mitch, why haven't we heard too much about Jacorian this week at joint practices against the Rams? They don't really throw his way. Like, he is still out there balling. He is a great rookie player. Last week up against the Niners had 2 tackles, didn't have any PBUs. But I'm telling you, press man coverage is where this young man excels. It's going to be Marcus Peters. It's going to be Jacorian Bennett. And it's going to be Nate Hobbs. Those are going to be your top 3 starting corners during the regular season. And I'm hoping we get to see a little bit more from Jacorian up against the Rams this week. Now, this is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. I want you to name a player that you're going to be watching against the Rams. And I'm sure some of y'all are going to be having the top names that are on today's show. But if you get a second, let me know. Name a player you're watching against LA. Let's go to the next name here on the list, Amik Robertson. And the reason why I'm putting Amik up here is because he's competing for a roster spot. If you would have told me a few months ago that Robertson had a legit shot at making this 53-man roster, I would have said you're crazy. He's not a McDaniels guy. They have other players that they like, but Robertson's ability to play inside and out slot, he's a tenacious guy. Had a PFF grade of 52.1. Not great, no doubt about it. However, though, Nate Hobbs has missed some practice time. Nate Hobbs was out at practice on Thursday. Robertson's been working with some of the starters. He's been working with some of the second team. Robertson, if he wants to make this roster, he needs to continue to play well in practice and in the preseason. At number 6, and I don't even know if Byron Young's going to be playing up against the Rams, but I got to watch this young man right here. He did not have the best game up against the 49ers, and that's saying a lot considering the fact that the Raiders' defensive line played great against San Francisco. In fact, out of the 31 graded players on defense, according to PFF, the player with the lowest PFF grade was Byron Young at 42.8. And I'll always say that I don't take everything that PFF has to say. Like, I watch tape, and then I'll look at PFF grades, and if both of them add up to me, I'll be like, okay, that works out. But, like, when you see some PFF grades and you watch the tape, I'm like, it doesn't tell the whole story. This does tell the story. He missed joint practice on Thursday, so it is up in the air whether or not he's going to play. He's obviously going to make the team being a third-round pick. But the defensive tackle room right now is super competitive thanks to Rob Leonard, the Raiders' great defensive line coach. And if Byron doesn't start picking it up, Raiders are going to have some tough decisions to make. Let's go to number 5 here on my list. I'm going to go Thayer Munford. And Munford was good against the Niners last week. But to me, if Jermaine Illuminor is here, right, Munford's probably about here. And Dalton Wagner, He's got to be right there. Wagner was spectacular this past week. But Munford, 23 snaps at right tackle, had about a 75 grade from PFF, which was good. But the way that beat reporters are hyping up Munford, like the tape compared to the PFF grades did not match up. PFF had him up here. My grade for his performance probably would have been down here. He's a good player, 7th round pick, but if he wants to actually compete for that starting right tackle spot and not lose his job to Dalton Wagner, I need to see more this upcoming week from Los Angeles. Now, we still got some more names to get to here, but remember, today's show is presented by Panda Subs. They've been a longtime sponsor here on the Raiders Report, and I mean a longtime sponsor. Owned by a diehard Raider fan, and he's here to hook you guys up with some protein supplements. I recommend trying the chocolate if you got a sweet tooth. The cookies and cream, super, super sweet on top of that. I mean, Chuggs said he's a big fan of vanilla because you can mix that with the berries. On top of that, the fruity cereal is really, really good. It tastes like the milk from after you get done eating Fruity Pebbles. Like, that's what it tastes like. I'm not even kidding you. And then, yes, the brand new 2 flavors. I've been buying some Panda Subs for a few guys here around the office, and they don't believe me that it's actually good for you. I'm telling you this right now. If you got a sweet tooth, somebody who's after the gym, but for me personally, it's like 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night. And I know some of y'all are celebrate, let's just say 420. Make a milkshake with this instead of ice cream. It's going to go a long way, I promise. Go to pandasubs.com. Code is preseason for 25% off the best tasting premium protein out there. It's got casein protein. It's got whey protein. It's going to also curb that appetite, which I know I definitely need. Let's go to the next player here to watch in the Raiders preseason game up against the Rams. I'm going to go running back Zamir White. Zamir was one of my winners last week. However, he was a winner because he got a lot of work. And I know that if Josh Jacobs doesn't get his shit together, that they are going to use Zamir. He had 13 carries last week for 43 yards. He averaged 3.3 yards per carry and a touchdown. Was Aiden O'Connell great? No doubt about it. But the offense realistically ran through the running game, and that's how it's going to go. You know that the Rams, if Aaron Donald's out there, I don't think Donald's going to be, but he might be, that the Rams have a good interior defensive line. And I want to see how Zamir bounces back this week. Does he have better vision? Because he's a bowling ball. And if you don't have good vision, the bowling ball doesn't roll the way that you want it to. At number 3, he's ranked really high for some people. But if you didn't pay attention to how great Dalton Wagner was, and this is one of those names where when you do a post-game reaction show, when you do winners and losers very, very late, right? Like what you grade is more of what you see straight up. When I went back and I watched the tape, I was like, dude, this Dalton Wagner kid, phenomenal. My guy Sanjit, if you want best offensive line news coverage for Raiders guys, Sanjit's that guy. He was ranting and raving about Dalton Wagner. And then what happens? PFF grades come out, 89.3. My point is this. When the tape, when PFF, when Sanjit, when it all comes together for Raiders, that's when you need to start paying attention. Because Wagner right now, if it was up to me, he's got a legit shot to make this 53. He is everything that Carmen Brasil looks for in an offensive lineman. He's 6'8", he's 320 pounds, he's long, he's lanky, he's strong. He was straight abusing dudes in the running game. Like, Wagner, when he was first coming out of college from Arkansas, he was a below-average pass blocker, but an above-average run blocker. And if he's able to put the pass blocking together on top of his ability to really, truly lay the wood when it comes to run blocking, it's going to be fun to see what ends up happening with Wagner. He's definitely a player that y'all need to watch. So let's just say the Raiders can only keep one UDFA offensive lineman. With the absence of Brandon Parker now, and Justin Herron stinks. Like, he's terrible. So to me, if I'm the Raiders, I know I'm keeping Jermaine Illuminor. I know I'm going to keep Thayer Munford. What about after that? Who are you going to keep at offensive tackle? Do you decide to keep both McClendon Curtis and Dalton Wagner? But let's just play a game here. Let's say you can only keep one. Do you keep McClendon Curtis, or do you keep Dalton Wagner? Type MC or type DW if it's up to me right now, I will still say that I'm going to keep McClendon Curtis because to me, he's the better overall offensive lineman prospect. On top of that, I do think that Curtis can actually play tackle. He's probably just going to play guard, but I will say that he, to me, is still the best overall offensive lineman prospect. But when it's all said and done, if the Raiders decide to keep both of those young men, it really wouldn't shock me all that much. Now, remember, if you guys want to hit me up on Twitter, IG, at MitchellRenz365, and here's another list of players. It's more of a, when I do this show, I try to think of more from preseason aspect. Like, if Garoppolo, Renfro, Myers, Devontae Adams, Crosby, Chandler Jones, Marcus Peters, Javon Merrick, Marcus Epps, Divine Diablo, if any of these players play, duh, you should watch them. And if you don't, you're an idiot. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. But these are not players that I'm putting on this show because it's more for the UDFAs, rookies, bottom of the roster bubble, the players that actually make sense to watch during the preseason. However, coming in here at number 2, dude, I can't wait to watch Aiden O'Connell again, man. Dude was straight out there just roasting the defense. 15 of 18 last week for 141 yards. Realistically, should have been 17 of 18 if Trey Tucker could have caught those 2 balls. 1 touchdown, a quarterback rating of 117.8. But it's just the command of the offense. And for his first preseason action, for how good he was, I do not blame Raider Nation for getting excited. Does that mean you should bench Jimmy Garoppolo? No, not at all. But O'Connell is definitely somebody that I know every single person's probably watching. And, man, number 1's got to be this. It's got to be Tyree Wilson. I don't know if Wilson's going to play. He's been very limited during joint practice for Raiders and the Rams. However, if he goes out there and he plays, you're dumb if you don't watch him. He was the number 7 overall pick. The Raiders, they need all the defensive help that they can get. He has not played a game since November 12th when he suffered that injury up against the Kansas Jayhawks. The Raiders have been, taking it nice and slow. They don't want to rush him at all, but the fact that he's out there, the fact that he's been practicing, I want to see what Wilson looks like in live action. And now, if he's not 100% ready to go, then he shouldn't be practicing. That's how I look at it right now. The fact that he's practicing, his butt better be out there. Week 2 against the Rams, and it's got to be number 1. It's got to be Tyree Wilson. So here are my Raiders to watch up against the Los Angeles Rams. And friendly reminder, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, this is your opportunity right now to go down to the comments section and let me know. If you want to take a screenshot of this, share it on social media, tag me, tag Chuggs. Anytime you guys do that, we obviously appreciate it because the more that people do that kind of stuff, the more that this show can continue to grow. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and make sure you're tuned in with Chuggs and I when we go live. Raiders, Rams on Saturday. This thing's going to be getting kicked off, started 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be wild, no doubt about that. So hopefully we see you there. All right, you can keep only one, McClendon Curtis or Dalton Wagner. When I asked you guys this question, I saw a lot, and I mean a lot of DWs, which is fine. Wagner was better than McClendon Curtis in the first preseason game. I will say that. But Curtis was no schlub either. He showed that he had the footwork. And for me, when I look at rookies early on, I look at footwork because that's how you can really tell how quick you're going to be beaten. Where Wagner's a tough player. I would like to see what Wagner looks like, though, against an edge rusher that's got a lot more bend than what he went up against this past week. However, Taino Raider says Wagner. Brandon Jasper says Wagner. Raider Dave, going to go with Dalton Wagner as well. I mean, right now it is a landslide for Wagner. Chuggs, where would you go? If you could only keep one. You going to go with McClendon Curtis or are you going to go with the Nation and Dalton Wagner? Because it's a landslide. It's Wagner right now.
So, I'm going to agree with the Nation.
Okay.
Not necessarily because I think Wagner is leaps and bounds ahead of McClendon Curtis. I just think positional value, and especially with Brandon Parker now out for the season,
okay,
backup tackle depth is more of a need for the Raiders than backup guard, interior, offensive line depth.
I don't think you're wrong in that at all.
So I think McClendon Curtis actually might be a better player than Dalton Wagner. When it's all said and done, I think he might end up being a better guard than Dalton Wagner will be a tackle.
Okay.
But I think for what the Raiders need, you have to type DW.
Okay. Fair enough. Pick one to keep, MC for McClendon Curtis or DW for Dalton Wagner if you could only keep these two players. El Loco, PG, going to go with Wagner. Matthew Yoakum, Michael Miller, McClendon Curtis. Celesbo is going to go with Dalton Wagner. PG again, spamming his DW.
Trivan, thanks for the vibes.
Thank you, Trivan. You guys, man. This is a bad idea to get this started.
Andrew, a Niners fan.
That's low-key funny. Brandon!
Jasper!
Beer bong, locals for the best content, personal interaction, weekly pick'ems, and more live shows. Brandon, so here's the thing. So they don't leave you hanging. $50 super chat, and it's a beer bong. Don't leave Brandon hanging.
Don't do it.
You can't
Don't even think about it.
You can't leave the great tuna hanging.
Don't even think about it. Also, Brandon, you in.
Dude, Brandon's so in. You can just tell. Brandon, not quite as in as Trivan. Who's the MVP of today's show still? Still Killa.
I believe it is Killa. But Trivan might have sent enough vibes to take it over.
There's no way. Because Killa also sent in a shit ton of roses.
Thanks for the roses.
Yep. Brandon.
A real one.
He is, man.
Dylan, you in.
Dylan, you in. You get called to become the GM of any NFL team. Which team would you choose? And it can't be the Raiders. Please don't say the Chiefs.
Ira Jackson.
Hang on. Let's crack it.
So you can be the GM of any NFL team. So for me,
dude,
I'm thinking quality of life and like where I would want to live. So for me, I would go Miami Dolphins. You get to live in Miami. You're by the beach. I'm more of a warm weather kind of guy. I like Miami, the actual city. I've been there twice. Both times it was a lot of fun. Personal, like selfish reasons, not even like NFL team reasons, just like places I would want to live. I would be the GM of the Dolphins.
I mean, I would only want to be the GM of the Raiders personally, but if you're going to go like that route...
I almost wouldn't, though, because just think, if you make any wrong moves, Raider Nation's coming at your head.
That's fine. I mean, I've been doing this show since 2018, and I can honestly say...
That's true.
Well, no, I can honestly say that if I would have been the general manager, which is, I'm telling you this right now, it's not saying a lot. If I was the general manager of the Raiders, we'd be light years ahead of where we are right now, considering how bad Gruden and Mayock were. Like that's the best part about doing this show. You go back and you look at a lot of the shows we did with a lot of the draft picks that the Raiders had, a lot of the trades. I will always be excited when a move happens because I like hanging out with the nation.
Mitch wanted to draft Brock Purdy top 10 last year.
That's not true. But I think like that's different. If you were to honestly ask me though who I'd want to be the GM of, I would be the GM of the Dallas Cowboys. They're worth $9.2 billion. Technically, Jerry Jones is the general manager of that team. I don't think he's got too many years left, and I would try to ride that bitch out. And now I'm the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, and I owe a $10 billion franchise.
I don't think that's how it works. I don't think you're the GM, and then when Jerry dies, you just own the team.
I'm taking over. That's how it goes, man. Dylan, cheers to you. This one's for Ira and Mr. Brandon Jasper.
This one's from Dirty Mike and the boys. Got my fantasy draft this weekend. I have the number 4 overall pick. I actually love that pick in fantasy because you still get a premium player at the top of the draft and the quick turnaround. You still get like there's some kind of fire that went out there.
What?
There was like something exploded out like a mile away.
Really?
Yeah, there's a fire back there.
Wild. I got to see it now.
Yeah.
I don't want to be left. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No bueno.
Also, my fantasy football name that's not in my family league, like if I ever join a random football league, like for fantasy, my team name is Dirty Mitch and the Boys. So I really appreciate this name. I would say number 4 overall pick. It depends if you're in PPR standard or half point.
Wide receivers have gone up way earlier than they used. I remember whenever I started fantasy, the first 8 picks were running backs.
Yeah.
Now it's not that way. Number 4, oof.
Oof.
Honestly,
I'm listening.
I might take a flyer and go Bijan.
Can I be honest with you? I think Bijan Robinson is going to be one of the biggest busts in fantasy football this year.
You think so?
I just don't see it. I get the hype, but to me, I'm not taking Bijan Robinson. I just think he's a good running back, but in that offense, like he would have to be the absolute focal point, and I just don't see them also totally just putting Cordell Patterson. Yeah, I'm not taking Bijan. That's not somebody who I would take. I think it does depend, PPR, flex, all that. Like,
all right, these 3 guys are on the board. Who are you taking? Bijan, Derrick Henry, Tyreek Hill at number 4.
If it's a PPR league, I'll take Tyreek Hill. If it's a standard league, I will take Derrick Henry.
You're really off.
I'm not. I think I've done
Tyreek
so
Hill,
much.
Tyreek Hill or Jamar Chase?
Tyreek Hill.
Over Jamar Chase?
Yep.
Interesting.
Jamar's more of a standard league guy to me. But, I mean, the player that I love to target right now, and you guys probably don't like to hear this, if I'm in the first round, I have no problem taking Travis Kelce. Now I guess I should say that's more for like my family league scoring. Like I only do one fantasy football league a year now.
It's your family one.
That's the only one I do. But I'll take Kelce because to me there's not a more important player at their position. Like you shouldn't draft always based on who scores the most points. You should really draft on where you have the biggest position advantage. And there's not a bigger advantage in fantasy football than Travis Kelce at tight end.
You told me to go double tight end last year, and it effed me. I went Mark Andrews, Darren Waller.
Ooh, I don't know.
It effed me so hard.
I feel like I wouldn't tell you to do that.
You told me, hey.
If you're starting one tight end in that league, there's a 0% chance.
Because I have there's an extra flex.
See, I wouldn't tell you to start 2 tight ends at flex.
No, but I told you. You told me. You said, hey, if I could get the 20th best wide receiver or get another tight end of the top 5, and you said if it's one of the top 5, Andrews, Kelce, Kittle, Waller, or there was one more.
I don't know.
Or Pitts.
It doesn't seem like something I would do.
You told me to get 2 tight ends.
I definitely wouldn't tell you to draft Kyle Pitts because I was.
No, you didn't say that. You said it's
I don't know.
5.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm calling cap on this.
You tricked me.
I think I'm calling cap on this.
Me.
Blaine
Krieg.
I know I'm late on this, but why did you start wearing your jerseys backward? You always let us know whose jersey it is anyway. It looks better when you wear them correctly. Just my 2 cents. Blaine, I appreciate that. It was started, man, it's probably a month ago. We did a show, and it was a landslide of, hey, you should wear the jerseys backwards.
I can tell you exactly who it started with.
Who?
Lucky Irish.
Lucky Irish. So we started.
Everybody in the comments was like, Renfro jersey, Renfro jersey, Renfro jersey. And you said, should I just wear it backwards so people stop asking me if it's a Renfro jersey? It's a Lucky Irish jersey.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact show, but I remember it was a landslide. And I don't really care how I look. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand that wearing a jersey backward is foolish, but Yeah, we do this show so people get that recognition, right? Like if you're going to pay the money to get that jersey, you win the jersey. I want y'all to know whose jersey I'm wearing. And that's really what this is about. It's different. I don't know. It's
thanks
different.
for the vibes.
Venthrak, you a real one.
Thanks for the vibes.
Also, Blaine, you in. Did you put Blaine in?
He's in.
Dude, Blaine's so in.
Thanks for the vibes.
Nope. We're not doing that.
Wild one.
You want your bet? Here you go, Mitch. All right. If the Raiders make the playoffs, Wild 114 eats corn the long way. If they don't, Mitch sucks Cheese Whiz. Define sucking Cheese Whiz.
Also, why wouldn't y'all just do the same punishment? Why wouldn't you?
Well, that's what I mean. I feel like we have to do the same punishment.
Like, if you lose, you suck Cheese Whiz.
If the Raiders don't make the playoffs, I will eat corn. Wait, if the Raiders make the playoffs, which one is it now? He doesn't think the Raiders are going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So if the Raiders make the playoffs, Wild one, you eat corn the long way. If they don't, I'll eat corn the long way. What do you think? There you go. We got 550 people watching, yet we are 16 likes away from 500. I think we can get there. I really, really, truly do. Also, we are 113 away from a Chuggs boot.
Thanks for the roses.
113 away from a Chuggs boot. All through the Madden Sims, Venthrak. I hear you. If Mitch loses, it's a Cheese Whiz boot. That ain't happening. I don't think I could do a Cheese Whiz boot.
You've already done a queso boot.
That was a nightmare.
Mitch,
the queso boot was one of the worst things I've ever done. It really was. I don't think I could do. I don't think I could do a Cheese Whiz boot. It would gross me out so much. I wouldn't be able to get it down. Miggy, Raider Nation for life. What up, fam? Mitch and Chuggs in the chat. Raiders are making the playoffs. Hit that like as well. Do you think that the Raiders are going to make the playoffs? Give me a Y for yes or type your N for no.
Thanks for the roses.
Y for yes or N for no. I don't think I can do this, we might have to just delete roses.
Oh! Brandon Jasper Bang! Jackson Bang! It's going. It's a boot!
Oh, man. That felt good. Ira Jackson, Brandon Jaspin. Woo! All right, Chuggy Bowl. You got to go get that boot. And the great tuna. Come out guns a-blazing. Come out guns a-blazing. All right, I'll make you guys a deal right now. If we get 2 more 100s in the next 60 seconds, I'll do a boot race against Chuggs. Boot race versus Chuggs. Killa says, am I still the MVP? Yes. Oh! Taino! Raider! Bang! One more for a boot race. Taino, you got to send it. Oh! Patrick B. Bang! Oh, holy shit! David Zahn! Bang! Y'all are killing me right now. Oh, shit. Does anybody out there got a boot in them? Does anybody out there got a boot in them? Oh, shit. Hang on. We got to add some people. It's getting out of hand. 1. We're doing a boot race. That's all I know. We're doing a boot race. Chuggs versus me. I'm on a wild ride right now. You got a boot in you? No boot for Coop. Who's got a boot? Oh, really? All right. Now, boots are tough. There's a lot of banging going on. There's a lot of banging going on. Lots of banging. You're going to have to fill up one more. All right. Holy shit. That escalated. Oh! Killer cruising. Bang! Just because I love the jersey. Wait. Isn't that Hondo another boot for you, Mitch? No. Not another boot for me. I'm positive that it's not another boot for me. Wild One said Trizzy wants a boot. The problem is, I don't know how many people are out there are available for a boot right now. I mean, that's... He doesn't. Seeps, you got a boot in you. Seeps.
I know Trizzy will do a bonga if we want it.
Seeps is purposely ignoring me. You got a boot in you? Yeah, he's got a boot. 3-way boot race. Yeah, you got to go fill one up.
One more 100 and Coop's going to do a Morbonga.
You got a beer bong in you?
One more. We'll do a Quattro. 3 boots and a bomb.
What do you mean you know how to do it? Here, watch. You do this. You crack this open.
Yeah, I know that.
And then you just pour this in here. Yeah. And then all you got to do is drink it.
So now we just wait for 100.
Yeah, you just take it right from the spout.
If we get another 100, Coop is doing the beer bong.
Hey, we got it. So Seeps is doing a beer boot. All right, here, we're going to do this game. PD always does this on his Brown show when he waits for a super chat. Oh, shit. I'm not going to lie. That shit was electric. Put that in my veins. Oh, man. I literally just felt there like that. What's that meme where like they're all watching that game at that bar? Oh, shit. Holy shit. That was great. That was amazing. Tri-Van. Holy shit. You can't make it up sometimes. That one, on a scale of 1 to 10, how electric was that?
Messi, goal!
What do you mean you don't know how to drink it?
Don't tip it that way. You drink out of it like a like that.
No, you drink it from that side. All right. Who you got?
How do I do this?
You got 1. I hope that you get that down.
Y'all are gonna win.
Chuggs is going to win. Chuggs is going to win.
Let us know who you got.
It's between me and the redhead.
Type M for Mitch. Type R for redhead. Type G for glasses or type C for Chuggs. Who you got?
Or,
Chuggs is in his name.
or if you type J for something else, you kill two birds. What are we cheersing to? We're cheersing to Raider Nation always being down to have a good time.
Hey,
There's only one nation.
leaves are falling. Weather's getting cooler. It's time for some football.
I'm down. Cheers.
Woo! Cheers, boys.
Oh my God. When he said, "Oh my God," I literally spit half a beer back up into that boot.
One more 100. I'm joining the bong gang.
One more. All right. All right. If we get another one hundo, we're gonna do. What do you want to do? Shop fun race. Shop fun race. 90 seconds. Shot fun race. Oh. Beer bong. So we got 3 beer bongs for one hundo. For one hundo, 3 beer bongs.
Oh!
8! No! Way! Bang!
Oh! Get in here, Harry!
John Scheffler! Bang! Oh! Ira Jackson! Bang!
We have three beer bongs coming.
Hang on.
We're 200 away from another boot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10.
We're 200 away from a beer boot.
Nobody sent anything else besides one hundo. Only one hundos. We have 10 straight one hundos.
We're 2 away. We're 200 away from another beer boot.
10 straight one hundos. This is turning into a shit show. 10 straight. I know.
I know.
We got 3 beer bongs coming up. Every one hundo from here on out, a beer bong's going down.
Will I do another boot? We're 200s away.
200s. we're 200s away. In a world far, far away. Holy tits.
8, John Ira, bang!
This camera ain't tall enough for the 3 of us.
It's over there. How many do we owe?
Oh, wait.
Oh, I gotta go.
Oh, wait.
We're good. We're back.
Oh, wait.
I don't know.
Mitch, check your phone.
Oh, no.
Are we not doing that anymore?
Oh, we are, but let's do this because Trivan just effed up this entire thing.
Is it this?
No, it's not even close. Here we go. Cheers to all y'all out there. We got a new MVP.
Ah! Ouch. Oh. Can I be here for the chant? Because I usually don't.
All right, that's fine.
Hey, I'm not the chief.
All right. Wait, is it this?
Yep. All right, how about this? Oh. Drive-in!
Oh! David Zon Bang!
But
Oh! Brandon Jasper Bang!
we got more! We got more!
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
shit!
And are back.
We need more!
We're back for more.
I need more bodies! I need a new liver.
Running out of
Ugh. Oh, God.
We're
Bur-
back.
Oh, God, who's ready?
Hey, we racing?
Oh,
8 for Harry, 2 for Trizzy?
fill that up. This is, right now, Tri-Van's the MVP. And I think we're wearing a Tri-Van jersey. If you're just tuning in, nothing but $100 super chats. I don't know what the streak is here on Raiders. This is the...
Wait, there's been no other super chats the whole show?
No, but we got a hell of a streak going right now.
I was like,
We're about 13 deep of $100 super chats straight. I mean, this is nuts. Wait, is it Tri-Van's birthday today? Tri-Van. It's Tri-Van's birthday today.
happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tri-Van. Happy birthday to you.
All right, let's race, Trizzy.
If you don't spam happy birthday to Tri-Van, I'm deleting you off the channel. No, not that. Where's my beer? We have so many empty bodies. You're doing another boot? All right, fair enough. No, you got it. All right, I'll take a knee. You guys can still see me. Does it look weird now? Is it really weird if I turn around?
Start nodding. Nodding.
If I drink? Should I drink? Oh, Jesus. We're spilling. All right, here we go. Happy birthday to Tri-Van.
Thanks for the vibes. All right, 3,
Luckily, we have 2 more segments.
1, go. Happy birthday, Tri-Van. Happy birthday, Tri-Van.
Oh, man. Martin screenshot incoming. I wouldn't expect anything less. Oh, I wouldn't expect anything less. I'll tell you this right now. The next 2 segments, they're not going to be my best. They're not going to be my best. They're not going to be my best. Oh, shit. I feel like a whale. And some of y'all might say, oh, whale, but, you know, when in Rome, right? No! Oh! We broke the streak at 13. Oh. 13. That's the record. That's the record. It's only preseason. Wait until the regular season, Mitch. Holy shit. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. I'll tell you this right now. Yeah, we're going to go put the Tri-Van jersey on. Can somebody go grab me the Tri-Van jersey? That would be much appreciated. In God we trust. It's my birthday too. Hey, you got it, man. What up, y'all? I'll tell you what, we've had a lot of shit happen on this show. Grade it. A, B, C, D, or F. What just happened there? That shit was electric. That shit was electric. In God we trust. Happy birthday to you as well. See, what's crazy, though, Trivan, is my family, like a lot of people in my family, are all born in August. Like, my grandpa was August 11th. My Aunt Lisa's August 13th. My Uncle Wayne's August 14th. And now I'm adding you to August 17th. My best man at my wedding, he's also up there. Actually, I think today's Joe's birthday. My best man. I got to wish him a happy birthday. Hang on a second here. I got to check my calendar. Well, not that I forgot. I just didn't remember. You know, I got a lot of stuff going on, Coop. Hey, hang on a second. I got to get the Tri-Van on. And now we're back. Oh, I'll tell you what. I've definitely been more sober. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, Mario Pecco is with the Titans. What happened? Oh man. I gotta go. I'm not gonna pee. I'm gonna pee here. We have, guy. I wish y'all could see. No. We didn't. We did not. All right, y'all. This is what we're gonna do. Okay? Because the bosses are telling me we got to get some content done. So I'm just going to tell you all right now, buckle up. Just buckle up, okay? The next two segments that are going to be done, y'all are going to know the state of mind that we're in right now. However, we built 2 more shows for you guys, and we're going to do 2 more shows. So it's going to be something, that I know. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. I got to add some Hall of Fame stickers on here real quick, some decals. And the way that we're going to do this is this. We are going to not drink for the next 30 minutes. I'm going to sober up. However, for every $100 that comes in while we are filming, after we're done filming, shit show. And I mean an absolute shit show. What jersey numbers are still available from Blaine Craig? Blaine, the way that I would put that is you send me your top 5 and order them from the one that you want the most, the one that you want the least. And then that's how we'll do it. Also, Tri-Van, hopefully you watch the entire show. But, Tri-Van, I would like to be able to FaceTime you at the end of today's show, whether I'm face down or not. And I want to wish you a happy birthday, but I want to FaceTime you, and I want everyone to sing happy birthday with you on FaceTime, if that's cool. All right, Chuggs. We got position battles to get into. Oh, shit. What a day. What a freaking day. It is a Thursday. Yeah, we got to move it more. And we have a raffle at the end of today's show. We got 3 giveaways to do today. Every $10, you're entered in for a chance to win. Holy shit. There's a messages going on in the group chat for Mount Raidermore. You ever get your phone? I can't get my password right. Wow, what a day. All right. You ready? I think we're ready. You guys ready? I don't know where this is going to lead from here on out, but we're going to do our best. And if it's a shit show, we might just scrap news and rumors. We might have to. I mean, I already put out a video today. We might. We'll see. I don't know. All right. You know what? After this show is done, this next one, we're going to let you guys vote. Do we do 20 minutes of just absolute shit show, or do you want 20 minutes of like Raiders news and rumors? You let me know. Coming up here on today's show, the top 10 roster battles to watch. You ready? You ready? Coming up right now, top 10 roster battles to watch. Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and coming up here on today's show, we got our top 10 roster battles to watch entering the second preseason game here for the Silver and Black. Now, these are not ranked in any particular order, but I will start on the offensive side of the football and then work my way to the defensive side of the football. If you don't already know, it's probably because you're not a real one, you got to hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, because Jeremy, Chuggs, and I live Raiders, Rams watch parties, and we're calling all the Raider fans out there. So if you know a fan that's not already subbed, take that link that you see below, send it to them right now. We're going to be live at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm going to be rocking the Tri-Van jersey. So let's go. The first battle that I'm going to be watching is that final running back spot. If Jacobs is on the team, Jacobs is the workhorse, Zamir White on the team, Amir Abdul is probably going to be your third down back, right? As we know, Jacob Johnson more than likely going to be the fullback, but then who's going to be that final running back? Is it going to be Brittain Brown? Is it going to be Damian Williams? Is it going to be Darwin Thompson? Is it going to be Sincere McCormick? I don't have the answer to all of these questions. And really what's kind of funny about this is it might just end up being Brandon Bolden. But if it was up to me, it wouldn't be Brandon Bolden, right? Like, I know what the Raiders are trying to do. And when I say final running back spot, this is the Silver and Black keeping an extra running back, because I do think that they end up keeping Bolden. They love Bolden from a special teams leadership captain standpoint, but if the Raiders decide to keep that extra running back, who's it going to be? To me, it's between these four players right here. Let's go to the sixth wide receiver spot, because they're going to keep Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, Hunter Renfrow, locked and loaded. Trey Tucker, locked and loaded. DeAndre Carter, locked and loaded to make this roster. So now it really just comes down to who exactly can make the push forward, because the Raiders have Keelan Cole. You have Lacey. You have Wilkerson. No disrespect to the newly signed Isaiah Zuber. Not going to happen. So realistically, it comes down to Phillip Dorsett. It comes down to Cole. It comes down to Lacey and Wilkerson all around. So for me, I sit up here very confidently and I say, I believe it's going to be Dorsett because of his ability to stretch the field. And also that connection with Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler from years past. But Cole did look pretty good this past week. 6 catches, 29 yards, and a touchdown. Sims and Lacey are bigger receivers, and then Wilkerson also has the ties with the New England coaching staff. To me, though, I'm going to bet on Phillip Dorsett. Let's go to the starting right guard spot, because I know a lot of fans out there are wondering who's going to be the starter at right guard. And now that Dylan Parham has got a little bit of an injury issue, it does make it more interesting. It does. Plain and simple. But Colton Miller is going to start at left tackle. When Parham's healthy, he's going to be left guard. Center, Andre James. Right tackle is probably going to be Jermaine Illuminor. At least it should. So to start at right guard, it's between Bars, Greg Van Roten, and Netane Moody. If I was the person calling the shots, I'm typing Greg Van Roten. However, though, Bars started 15 games last season. So how about this? This is what the Raiders Report here is all about. I know offensive line isn't sexy, but you know what? Watching Raiders videos in May, June, and July, it's not sexy. It's what diehard Raider fans do. And probably the top conversation that I get into with a fan, if I meet you out in Vegas, Oakland, wherever it is, Central Pennsylvania, Dallas, Texas, I talk about the offensive line. If you could talk about the offensive line, that's how I know that you're a real one. And I think a lot of y'all probably agree with that. So who's going to be the starting right guard this upcoming season for the Silver and Black? This will be the pinned comment on today's show. If you think it's Bars, type AB or FAB. Greg Van Roten, GVR, or if you think it's going to be Natane Moody, type NM. Let's go to the next battle here that I'm going to be looking at. I'm looking at the UDFA offensive line battle. And I don't know if the Raiders keep both of these young men here. I hope that they do. Like, honestly, I really hope they do. I hope they keep Dalton Wagner. I hope they keep McLennan Curtis. And with the injury to Brandon Parker, that does really open this possibility up. And, yeah, they traded for Justin Herron last offseason. They traded a 6th-round pick, got a 7th-rounder in return plus Herron. But Herron, to me, has lost a step. If I'm Carmen Brasillo, I'm begging McDaniels and Ziegler to keep both of these young men here because what do I want? I want young, athletic offensive linemen that have some upside. Justin Herron doesn't have that upside anymore. So to me, I'm hoping both these guys make it. Let's go to the final one here, the 4th defensive end spot. And this is an interesting battle because Tyree Wilson, Chandler Jones, and then there's this guy named Maxx Crosby. Maybe you've heard of him. Those are your top 3 defensive ends. Those are the players that are locked and loaded, going to make this roster. To me, though, when I look at my 53-man, are they going to keep 4 defensive ends? Are they going to keep 5 defensive ends? That answer is still a coin flip to me. However, though, it's either going to be between a Jordan Willis, a Malcolm Kuntz, and Adam Plant Jr. I think what George Tarlas has done this offseason is nice. He's not going to make the roster. I think what Agoa has done to be in the International Pathway Program, he's a good athlete, but he's not in the same conversation. So to me, that final defensive end spot, maybe they keep 2 of these guys. I don't have the answer to that. But I know that they're going to keep at least 4. Is it going to be the 3rd-year guy from Kuntz? Is it going to be the guy that they signed a free agency in Jordan Willis? Is it going to be Isaac Rochelle, who spent some time last season with this team and they recently signed? Or is it going to be the UDFA from Adam Plant Jr.? A lot of unknowns, no doubt about that. We still got some more position battles that I want y'all to watch for in the preseason, in joint practice, whatever it is. But always remember that we got one spot, man, that you should be putting your sports bets right now, and that's BetUS. If you don't love BetUS and you don't love free money, and wait, free money? Mitch, tell me more. You know what? I'm glad you asked. Go to chatsports.com/Raiders. Use promo code Raiders125. That's going to get you a 125% deposit bonus. What does that mean? It means if you put down $100, you're going to get $125 for free to bet with. So imagine a crazy world where you get a pizza, which I'm telling you right now, I'm eating a pizza after this show. And you're going to get an entire pizza for free, plus you're going to throw in 2 free slices. That's how good that deal is. You can also bet right now on the Raiders win the AFC West. $10 down, risk 10 to win 140. That's the deal. Chatsports.com/Raiders. Promo code Raiders125. All right, we're going to keep it rolling here. We got 5 more position battles to watch out for. And we're going to look at starting defensive tackle. Bilal Nichols, to me, is the only DT on this roster that has a spot. I mean that. Bilal Nichols is the only defensive tackle on this roster that has a locked and loaded spot. He's your number 1 DT. After that, it's up for grabs. Who's going to be playing next to Butler? Or Bilal Nichols, excuse me. Is it going to be Adam Butler, Matthew Butler? Is it going to be Neil Farrell Jr., Byron Young, Nesta, Jade Silvera? Is it going to be Jerry Tillery, John Jenkins? Because when you look at joint practice, when you look at the preseason, all these guys have been playing pretty well. In fact, the guy that I've been probably the most disappointed with has been Byron Young. If it was up to me, I would probably roll with Jerry Tillery early on. But, man, these guys are making this one hell of a competition, and I don't know who's going to be the other starting defensive tackle for the Silver and Black. So how about this? Who's going to be the best defensive tackle this season for the Raiders? If you want to put Bilal Nichols, you can. Go for it. It's up to you. Are you going to go with one of the rookies? Are you going to go with somebody, I don't know, from last season? Neil Farrell, Matthew Butler. Are you going to go with one of the vets? Let me know. Best defensive tackle this season for the Raiders. Let's go to the fourth linebacker spot here for the Silver and Black because it's another battle that, no doubt, I'm going to be watching for. When you have Robert Spillane, he's going to be one of your top linebackers. The Raiders gave the green dot to Divine Diablo. That means he's going to get his opportunity. And then I do know for a fact that they like Luke Masterson and they like his ability to be a very versatile player in coverage, special teams. So let's call him the linebacker 3. Then that means that that fourth linebacker spot is going to come down to these 5 players here. However, okay, and when you're about to see this list here, I think that Luke Masterson and Amari Burney probably battle for that third spot, okay? I do think that Masterson already has the upper hand, but from a coaching standpoint, one's a UDFA, one player you drafted in the 6th round. So let's say that they battle for the third spot, okay? Whoever wins this third linebacker spot means that that fourth linebacker spot comes down to whoever loses this, and then it's Curtis Bolton, Drake Thomas, Darian Butler. Butler to me is one of the odd men out. Curtis Bolton has played very well this offseason and played very well in the preseason game. Drake Thomas is UDFA who's got a lot of heart, and it's like literally exactly what this organization's looking for. To me, though, I think it's going to be Amari Burney, Luke Masterson, Divine Diablo, and then also Robert Spillane. Let's go to the final cornerback spot, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a spoiler alert here. There's 2 corners that you're going to see on this list. The first final cornerback spot, if you will, is more for the outside corner. Like, I'm only looking at the dudes on the outside. Jacorian Bennett, going to make the roster. Marcus Peters, going to make the roster. However, after that, I do think there's a lot of unknowns here. Like, the Raiders, if it was up to me, it'd be a little bit different. That final cornerback spot, though, like, it could be between a Duke Shelley, a David Long Jr., a Sam Webb, a Brandon Facyson, right? Like, Nate Hobbs is going to make it. No doubt about it. Marcus Peters is going to make it. However, though, if the Raiders decide to keep that final outside corner, could they keep 2 of these names? Yes, no doubt about it. But they have a lot of difficult decisions that they are going to have to make at that outside corner position, and it's going to come down to these 4 players right here. Another position I'm going to be looking at is the slot corner, right? Slot corner, that's to me between Amik Robertson and Tyler Hall, where both of these players have shown that, hey, they're going out there, they're competing, they're great at what they do, but they might keep one, they might not keep any of them. Could they decide to roll with more outside corners than inside? Because Hall and Amik, Hall's really just a slot. Amik could probably play inside and outside a little bit more than what Hall can, but Robertson's not a McDaniels and Ziegler guy. Tyler Hall is. It's a tough battle, there's no doubt about it, which is why I can't wait to see what the 53-man roster looks like this season for the Silver and Black. And then let's go to the final one here. It's the 4th safety, where Merrick's a lock to make it. Marcus Epps has been absolutely phenomenal. He's going to make this roster. They drafted Chris Smith in the 5th round. He's probably hasn't shown me as much as what I want to see yet, but has still been a good, solid player. And then it comes down to that final safety spot. Is it going to be Isaiah Palomeo, who made the 53-man last season? He's probably the better overall defensive player and better safety. But they signed Jaquan Johnson. And they also love Roger Teamer and his ability to play special teams. So if you're at that point where you're looking at the overall roster and you're like, man, do I keep somebody who's better at special teams or do I keep the better defender? I'll always bet on the better defender, but Roger Teamer is definitely making a name for himself. So here are the Raiders' roster position battles that I want all of y'all to watch this upcoming season. It is the final running back spot. Who's going to be that 6th wide receiver? Starting right guard, UDFA offensive line battle, 4th defensive end spot, starting DT, 4th linebacker spot, final cornerback spot, final slot cornerback spot, and then the 4th safety. If you don't already know, Chuggs and I, we will be live for Raiders-Rams August 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time here on the Raiders Report. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you got those notifications turned on because guess what? Nation, I don't want y'all to miss anything. Chuggs and I, we got you covered here. And if we don't, then I definitely know Tri-Van does. And speaking of Tri-Van, if you guys could, when we're filming this live, it's his birthday. So spam Tri-Van right now down in the chat. What up, Blaine? What jersey numbers are still available? I'd say there's probably about 50 numbers available. 50 numbers available, Blaine. I don't have the numbers off the top of my head.
I think 53 is available.
I do think 53 is available. I do. Cass Joey, love the good news coming out of camp. It was way too soon to say things are turned around until we are regular season. But I'm liking what this new regime is doing.
You're in.
Maybe as fans, we give them some kudos. Yes, Cass Joey, first off, and most importantly, you're definitely in. On top of that, I think it's just I think the reason why Raider fans are so pessimistic right now and glass half empty instead of glass half full is because of the expectation that was last season, right? Like, I don't care what Ziegler, I don't care what McDaniels say. Last season, the Raiders were trying to win football games. Let's get that clear. They were trying to win. You don't extend Waller. You don't give Renfro the contract. You don't give Crosby the money they did. You don't give Carr the money they did. You don't go out and sign Chandler Jones. You don't make all of the moves that they did last offseason if they didn't think that they were actually going to win football games. And they came up short. That's why people are a little bit hesitant to really buy in and believe, which I get. I'm the exact same way. Has joint practices been great? Yes. Has the preseason been great? Josh McDaniels is 5-0 in the preseason. How many people care what Josh McDaniels and the Raiders' record is in the preseason? It's that many people. Until you prove it in the regular season,
Facts.
I will not believe in this regime. If they prove it in the regular season, I will sit up here and I will take my L's. I will take the roses. I will only carry on the good vibes. Let's go to Queen. Here you go, Chuggs. She's in.
No.
No?
She doesn't want it for herself.
Well, who does she want it for?
She asked me
Okay, I'm listening.
on Instagram,
Okay.
if I send in $10, can you put 2 names and not mine?
Okay.
Venom Sosa
In.
and Robert Jansen.
In. Okay, both in. From the Queen.
She said, I don't want it for myself. I want to get it for 2 people who I know watch videos all the time. I said, okay.
Sounds good. Refine was busy with class, but happy birthday to Tri-Van. So here's going to be the deal that I'm about to make, because I'm going to be honest. I got to go pee so bad. Okay? I got to pee so bad. I'm going to be real. I'm not taking shots, so you can throw that deal right out the window. I'm not going to be able to do shots. Sorry. It's not going to happen. So while I'm away, Chuggs is going to make you guys a deal. The amount of beers that I have consumed, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I can't do shots right now.
New poll.
Chuggs is going to put up a poll. And whatever that poll ends up being is what we're going to do when we get back. That's the only deal I got for y'all. Okay? If you do send in a super chat, though, that says happy birthday to Tri-Van, I will take a sip for that. Sound good? Sound good? Chuggs, I need you to hold it down here. I got to go take a freaking leak.
Got it. And here we go. I have another quick question for you. And I'm just making this up on the spot. I want to hear from you. Which Raider do you think is the best cook? Here we go. Which Raider do you think is the best cook? If you just had to guess, which Raider is the best chef on the team? Who's cooking? If you can go to one Raiders house for dinner, they're cooking dinner, whose house are you going to? Fluffy Campos, thanks for the roses. Robert, why isn't there a chance for both? Because you got to choose, Robert. You got to choose. Sammy said it's definitely an O-lineman. You're probably not wrong. Will Thompson said Renfro. PG! Happy birthday, Trivan. Happy birthday to you. Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell was cooking against the 49ers. Let me know, which Raider do you think is the best cook? Seeing how Illuminor eats, he can probably cook. Hey, he was taking down those wings. Jimmy G, because his grandmother is Italian. Facts. He probably makes a nice bolognese. Jermaine. Hey, I got to have Jermaine cook for me. Max can legit cook. You think so? I haven't seen any cooking videos from Maxx Crosby. Martin, I bet Jermaine cooks. Jimmy or Crosby. Nesta, Jade, Silvera. Jimmy G practices a lot during injury time. Oh, Trivan. Chuck says Jermaine. Yeah, I mean, it has to be one of the O-linemen. Sneaky, I think Andre James could cook. Colt Miller, I don't know if he fits in a kitchen. He's so tall. PG, DA, good cook. Raiders! Devontae Adams. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, Devontae Adams, I mean, that would just be fun to chill with him. AJ Cole from Daniel Meister. Ooh. Mitch is almost back. Adams, no food required from Sherry. Oh, Sherry Lynn's trying to get a date. She said, take me out, Devontae Adams. Martin, if he was still a Raider, great answer. Jared Cook. I mean, it's in his name. Crosby might be a healthy eater, so Adams. Yeah, I think Crosby might be on the, like, plain oatmeal, you know, ground beef, broccoli, chicken, and rice. IDK, DA has a Taco Bell in his living room. Oh, yeah, that's true. But, hey, Taco Bell's gas. They have the new Berea dipping tacos. Kind of want to try it. I've been really good. I haven't been eating fast food. I haven't been eating bad. But I might have to go to Taco Bell. I'm only here for the beer, said Gio. Hey, we do both. We bring you Raiders, we bring you beer. It's the best of both worlds. Refine says, I'm eating Taco Bell right now. Refine, what do you have from Taco Bell? Let me know. Jimmy loves pasta and MCD, so that's a win. That's a win. It's definitely a win. We have one more segment for you. It looks like that's going to be what we're doing for the next 15 minutes. Carlson looks like he could be a chef in Switzerland. Okay, Refined Zeus, we have the order. Chicken quesadilla with hard tacos. I'm more of a soft taco man myself. Are you soft or hard tacos? Type soft or hard in the comment section. What kind of tacos do you get if you're going out to like a Taco Bell or a fast food taco joint? Are you going soft or hard? Let me know in the comment section. Type soft or type hard. 15 minutes. Give him some prune juice. Yeah, I don't know what he's been doing. Robert says hard. I got chicken soft tacos. Ooh, that sounds good, Mario. Peter's hard. Let's see. Chuck is hard. Will said do the F. I'm always down to do the F. Sam song. F. Sam, 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 F. Sam. Will is hard. Ain't no way. Hard all day. Get that checked. Soft. From Martin. Hard is too messy. Let's see. Who else? Chuck is hard. Mario, I have not had the dipping tacos. If you have, let me know. Aggressive Master Raider says always hard. Dandar, hard in the soft. Adrian is hard. Yeah. I don't know. Hey, we're going to be live this weekend for Rams, Raiders, preseason matchup. Who are you watching out for? Let me know. Chuggs, are you going to the F1 pre? No, but I have to let you know, I like it in theory. I like the idea. People from Vegas, though, do not love F1. Because let me tell you, whenever I was in Vegas, it made it so much harder to get around everywhere, especially or like around the strip. It made it hell because there's so much construction going down because they're having to repave all the roads. They're having to shut down parts of the strip to fix the roads for the Grand Prix. Yeah. Not a lot of people from Vegas, not big fans of F1 right now. I would go to the F1 Palak, but I don't have the F1 money. Martin says, y'all hard. Sherry Lynn, cheers to you, Tri-Van. Thanks for the roses. Sir Turtle, there hasn't been an F1 race yet. Yes, there hasn't been. But they're getting prepared for it in Las Vegas. And the way they're doing that is the F1 race is going through the strip. They're actually doing construction on the roads right now to get the roads ready. A lot of people in Vegas not happy about all the construction. It's great, but I'm telling you, a lot of people in Vegas hate it because there's a ton of construction going on fixing all the roads.
Get off your wambulance. Let's go racing.
All right. You heard it here first. Wah, wah. Wah, wah. Yeah, PG, the ride shares, the taxis that I took in Vegas, they were livid about the F1 races. Yeah, Pollock, it's going to be a street race. So it's literally going through the strip in Las Vegas. When is the Raiders tattoo happening, Chuggs? I think Mitch announced it earlier on the show, but it's going to be August 31st and September 1st. Yeah, August 31st and September 1st. Robert Jensen, wild mouth? I don't get it. Did we not make, yeah, we did not make the playoffs in the Madden Sim. The Raiders had a 10-7 record. Oh, you good? Oh, wow. Yeah, we did not make the playoffs in the Madden Sim. Unfortunately. The Raiders beat down on the Broncos in the last week of the regular season, but it was not enough because I believe the Dolphins upset the Bills, and there was another upset that happened as well. Steven69 says cheated. Yeah, the Raiders were cheated out of the playoff spot. It sucks. Wild One says, I'm watching AOC. Adrian, let's go. Yeah, Mitch is struggling right now. I don't know how much Mitch had left in the tank. Is Mitch, I don't know what it is, but good news for Mitch. The live poll, we're going to be doing another segment. Yeah. I wasn't expecting it either, to be honest. I wasn't expecting it either.
Fair enough. Another segment. That's what you guys want. That's what you're going to get. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do another segment here on today's show, which is just going to be the training camp news that happened today.
Mitch's liver thanks you.
Probably, yeah. It was rough. I'm telling you right now, that was had to get rid of some liquid.
Ooh, yeah.
I do feel a little bit better though.
It's funny because we share this floor with another company that does. It's just like a very like black and white. You know, they come in, they do their desk work for 8 hours, and then they head out. They're very quiet, Very nice people across the hall. But they are probably like, what the hell does this company do?
Dude.
I'm hearing gongs. I'm hearing people throwing up in the bathroom. What is going on?
Sometimes you just got to clear some room. Guys, I'm okay. Like, I'm a great puke and rally type of guy, so I'm good for another hour. I probably won't go for another hour because you guys want a segment, so that's what's going to end up happening. So, you know, Allegiant is under renovation for $72K a seat for the Super Bowl. Are you saying
72K seats. So I guess they're adding seats.
Okay. I mean, imagine $72,000 a ticket.
I was just telling them, a ton of people in Vegas hate the Grand Prix, the F1 race that's going down there.
Oh, I know a bunch of people in Vegas that hate it.
Because it is basically closing down half the strip.
Correct.
Because all of the renovation. No, Robert, there are no segment deals. Only for Robert. How about this? The only deal is if Robert sends in a $20 super chat, I'll do a shot. Every 20 that Robert sends in.
Right.
That's the deal.
And every $100, I'll do a beer
Because
bomb.
Robert loves to ask about the deals, say about the deals. Robert, the ball is in your court. Every 20, I'll do a shot. Every 100 that Robert sends in is a Mitch beer bong.
Sounds good.
Robert, it's all on you.
Good. Coming up here on the Raiders Report, we're going to get into today's news and
Robert,
rumors.
send in 100.
We're going to send in today's news and rumors around Raiders practice today. This is going to be a hell of a show. This might be one of my greatest performances that I have ever put together on one show. Oh, and it's hexclad. Yikes. All right, hang on a second. This is going to be something. I'm telling you right now, you guys are going to want to remember this.
Oh, LA Crash Dog, get in.
LA Crash Dog, you're so in right now.
I'm awake. What did I miss? It's Trivan's birthday. We had a bunch of people super chat in earlier, and you're into a giveaway. That's right. We have to get this done so we can do the giveaway.
Yep.
And then I got to make the cuts.
All right, sounds good. Coming up, today's training camp, joint practice, news and rumors, in case you missed it. And then after that, Chuggs and I are probably going to head on out of here. You guys wanted the extra segment, and guess what? You're going to get an extra segment, and then on Sunday, I'm rocking the Tri-Van jersey, repping the 24, and it's going to be, and I mean nuts. It's going to be nuts. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? Let's get into today's show right now. Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. Coming up here on today's show, we're going to be looking at some training camp news and rumors. We're also going to talk about what went down today at Raiders-Rams joint practice. But remember, today's show sponsored by Hexclad. If you're really trying to elevate your cooking game, go to hexclad.com. 10% off with promo code CHAT. That link's going to be available for you guys down in the comments and in the description of today's show. So very often I get asked, Mitch, what happened today at practice? So essentially what I'm going to do today is just put together my Cliff Notes version of everything that ended up going down at practice today. In terms of the players that did not participate, did not practice on Thursday, here's your names. The top name is the obvious one in Josh Jacobs. Brittain Brown did not participate. Dylan Parham still out since last week's preseason game against the 49ers. Phillip Dorsett. Byron Young. Chandler Jones has been out several days, going on weeks now. Adam Plant Jr. did not practice today, and then Brandon Facyson is continually to be out. If you don't know, Chuggs and I, we're going to be live 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday for Raiders-Rams preseason action. We get the tailgate started an hour early. And if you're a diehard Raiders fan that likes to party, I think that I'm going to see you there. Now, in terms of the people who did practice today, some good news. Nate Hobbs was out on the field. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because he missed Wednesday's joint practice, was back out on the field. Tyler Hall and Meek Robertson, they were the players that got a lot of the reps while he was out. But anytime Hobbs misses time, I'm going to pay more attention to it because he is your starting slot corner this upcoming season. Good news, though, he's out on the field. Another player that was at practice today, but I was told, according to a source, that the Raiders are just going to take it slow with him. Is he going to play this preseason game against the Rams? shrug emoji. It really comes down to Mayer, and it comes down to the Raiders medical team. Do they want him out there? Yes, but they do not want to rush him back. He's battled some minor injuries throughout the offseason. The most important thing is that he's ready for week 1 against the Broncos. Another player that I want to talk about, but I don't have an update on him. Here's the problem with the offseason. The Raiders don't have to put out injury updates. I messaged some of my top sources. I messaged Raiders players, and nobody can give me an injury update on Chandler Jones. Why has he missed so many straight practices? No idea. And I wish I had a better update for you. But the matter is, he's not out there. He's not practicing. He's still going to make the team. But for him to miss the amount of time that he has missed, there's got to be something going on there with Chandler Jones. Coming up next here on the Raiders Report, we got even more Raiders training camp news and notes that I think hopefully y'all want to know. But if you don't know, if you're really trying to take your cooking game to the next level, I've recently tried to find something to do in my spare time. I love sports. I love Raiders. But, man, I got to find my other hustle. And recently, I've really tried to start cooking more, not only to help me out, but, Alex likes it on top of that. So, hexclad.com, promo code chat for 10% off your order. Guys, it's time to talk about your kitchen. And no, I'm not talking about the dishes that Chuggs probably left in the sink. Today's sponsor, HexClad, has revolutionized the cookware industry with a hybrid pan that gives you all the convenience and cleanup of non-stick, the versatility of your grandma's cast iron, and a lifetime warranty just in case you find a way to destroy them. Use promo code chat at hexclad.com/chat for 10% off. HexClad truly checks every single box when it comes to picking your cookware. They're metal utensil safe, dishwasher safe, and oven safe up to 500 degrees. And if you're like Mitch, well, I don't know if I'm going to take your word for it. How about this? Have you heard of this guy? His name's Gordon Ramsay. He's one of the best chefs in the freaking world. And Gordon Ramsay can't stop ranting and raving about these. And if you've seen Ramsay cook recently, I bet you he's cooking in a HexClad. The sear I can get with these pans is incredible. With absolutely no stick, the temperature control is utter perfection, and the cleanup is effortless. I love using HexClad at home. And I'm not going to take his words out of context, but I bet you if you don't use a HexClad, you're probably an idiot sandwich. They're also the sexiest pans on the market. Score points at home. It's time to stop ordering delivery food and start cooking like a big boy with HexClad. Real cuisine isn't made in a microwave. It's cooked at a HexClad. For a limited time, get 10% off with our special link, hexclad.com/chat. That's 10% off at hexclad.com/chat with code chat. That link's going to be available for all y'all down in the comments and in the description of today's show. I also just saw Joseph said it's worth every single penny down in the live comments. Why? Because it really truly is worth every single penny. Let's also talk about some more training camp news that went down today. Marcus Epps had himself an interception during 7-on-7s today. And the reason why I always like to bring these up is because Epps to me is a player that he's such a leader on the defense. If he can continually get better and better and better, and I know that Jabril Peppers and Patrick Graham likes to find these type of players that are really good athletes that typically haven't been the best in coverage their NFL careers, but if you can use them all over the football field and you can continually rotate them and put them in situations where they're going to succeed, Graham has shown that, hey, I can really find a player, and Epps is one of the top winners this entire offseason for this Raiders defense. A player that I'm hoping, man, is a big-time winner. It's Tyree Wilson. He was activated from Raiders he started practicing yesterday. Jeremy Chuggs, he was able to break all that down for y'all. But out there again working today, has looked very good from what I understand, and he hasn't done so much in the joint practices, but from the ability to just go out there and show his athletic ability. Like, when you're as big as he is, he's big, he's strong, he's fast, and you pair him with a Chandler Jones, you pair him with a Maxx Crosby, sky's the limit for this young man right here. My question, though, is this. How many sacks is Tyree Wilson going to have this upcoming season? When you draft at number 7 and you take him, and it wasn't one of the biggest needs, you pass on a Jalen Carter, the expectations are going to be sky high, especially with the amount of first-round draft busts that the Silver and Black have had. So let me know, looking at your crystal balls, how many sacks for Wilson. Let's go to another player here that had another solid practice. It's Adam Butler. And on my recent Raiders 53-man roster projection video, Butler didn't make it. And I sit here and I'm like wondering, like, am I going to kick myself in the ass for not putting this young man here? I shouldn't say young man. For not putting this man right here on this roster? I don't have the answer to that. But when you continue to build up and stack up solid practices, it makes me think, did I miss it? What about this guy right here, Nesta Jade Silvera, 7th round pick, and he just continually looks good and good and good, right? Like every single time, soon as practice gets done, I'll message my guy and I go, hey, give me your good, give me the bad list. And he's just on the good list every time. He's winning one-on-ones and joint practice. He's taking on double teams, giggity. Like Nesta Jade might not stack up your stat sheet at the end of the season, but he's really going to help, especially in the running game, and he's just proven that he's a really, really strong player. And if you get more coaching, you get Rob Leonard to work with him, I'm telling you guys are going to be impressed by this young man. Coming up, my favorite thing from practice today, and there was one thing in particular that happened at Raiders practice today that put a smile on my face. And I'm going to say something that might seem outlandish to some Raider fans out there, but I'm so confident in what I'm about to tell y'all that I don't care how much you judge me. Also, I want to give a shout out to today's Noti gang, and I put out a video, which we put out a video every single day, put out a video on August 14th, and here were the top 5 people that commented on that video. It's basically almost every video. Junior, Isaac, Raider Sancho, Felix, Jaime Alvarado Sr., let's go Chuggs, let's go Mitch. I'm telling you, Jaime, I see him every day. And the people who are a part of that Noti gang are the people that take pride in turning on those notifications, subscribing, and really making sure that they're one of the top people that comment on vids. Because believe it or not, when I push out that video on YouTube, I do. I see the names that are always in there first. And I remember them, and I can see them, and it just goes a long way. If you want to help out the channel in a free way, join the Noti gang. Now, the thing that was my favorite part from Raiders practice today is this. So if you look at a lot of the highlights, you go on Twitter, you can go on IG, you can look at a lot of the stuff, and Maxx Crosby in the background is watching every single rep from Tyree Wilson. He's sitting there, he's watching it. Then the defensive ends get a break from the one-on-one drill. So what does Maxx Crosby do? He says, hey, Tyree, come over here real quick. And instead of taking that water break, instead of taking maybe that 5 to 10 minutes that they got off, what did they do? Crosby says, Tyree, step over to the side of me. And Crosby starts working with Tyree Wilson. Not only is it great for Crosby to say, hey, Wilson, come over here, let's work on a few things. For Tyree to say, yes, let me learn, that is levels to that type of shit, right? Like, you want to go from being a bad defense to taking that next step, you need a guy like Maxx Crosby. So what I'm about to say, it might rub some Raider fans the wrong way, but the way that Maxx Crosby, when he's done with his career, the way people are going to talk about Maxx Crosby, they're going to talk about him the same way that they do a guy like Charles Woodson. They're going to talk about Crosby as some of the all-time greats. When Crosby decides to hang up the cleats, the shoulder pads, puts the helmet down, I am confident in saying that he is going to be a Raider for life. He's going to be a Raider for life. And if he's not, that's going to fall on the organization because I've talked to Maxx. He wants to be a Raider for life. He's wanted to be a Raider for life the moment that he was drafted back in 2019. But for Maxx to do that type of shit, that's the type of player that you need. That's the type of guy that's going to take you to that next level. So I said it back in 2019. Crosby, anytime you want to jump on the show, man, you're more than welcome. Seeing that type of shit, it motivates me, and it makes me even more excited for what's to come with Crosby, with Tyree Wilson, and with this Raiders defense. So with that being said, another dominant defensive line day for the Raiders. I mean, they whooped the Rams offensive line in and out. Now, the center for Los Angeles, he did step up. He had a pretty solid day. But overall, this Raiders defensive line has continued to get better and better and better. And what it reminds me of is when the Raiders had one of the worst offensive lines of football. They hire Carmen Brasillo, and he works with that unit. Gets better and better. The Raiders hired Rob Leonard, one of the best defensive line coaches in the NFL. It's getting better and better and better. I saw the preseason. I've seen joint practice now with the Niners, joint practice with the Rams. It's all been good from the defensive line. If that continues to grow, I'm telling you, we might actually have ourselves a top 20 defense. So my question is this: how many sacks will the Raiders have this upcoming season? One of the worst sack units probably in the last 5 years. I believe they actually are ranked dead last when you add all the sacks together over the past 5 seasons, which is scary because we've had Maxx Crosby. So how many sacks will this Raiders team have this upcoming season? Please let me know down in the comments. All right, y'all. That's almost it for today's show. So this is what I want to do, okay? I'm going to call Tryvan right now, and we're going to spin the wheel to see who ends up winning some of the giveaways that we have. So Tryvan, if you're available, please do answer this call right now. I'm going to call you. Let's see what we get here. How the hell do I call him? It's not popping up. All right. I'm calling Tryvan right now. We're going to wish Tryvan a happy birthday. We're going to spin the wheel, and then I have one question for Tryvan, and then we'll see what happens. Oh, man, you got to turn your camera on. There he is. You shaved it. Are you kidding me? Ah, man. He shaved the he shaved the handlebar. You probably don't even want to see him now. You probably don't even want to see him. All right, y'all. Chuggs, if you could, can you put your camera up for me? I'll hand you the phone. That way they can see him a little bit better. All right, wait a minute. All right, y'all. Everybody get those Tryvans in the chat. It's his birthday today. Mount Raider more. What are you sipping on? A what? He's sipping on rum and Coke out of a Raiders glass. I appreciate it. All right, here we go. We're going to hand you over. We got Tryvan on the screen right now. If you don't wish this man a happy birthday, then there's not a doubt in my mind that you eat corn the long way. Tryvan, from the bottom of my heart, Jeremy's heart, and every single person that's watching the show right now, for what you do for Raider Nation, for what you do for the Raiders Report, I mean, it is everything that I think what a die-hard Raider fan does. Put your family first, and seriously, I can't thank you enough for everything that you do on this show. I mean that, man. And if you could do one favor for me, though, if you could grow out that handlebar by Saturday, I would greatly appreciate that. All right, y'all. So here's how we're going to end today's show. We're going to spin some wheels here. I'm going to knock one back here with Tryvan. You ready? You don't have to chug that because that's rum. That's a nightmare. But, Tryvan, I appreciate you. This one goes out to Tryvan. Get those Tryvans going in the chat. You take a sip. I'll chug this. Cheers to you, my guy. That was, I'm not going to lie. I got a lot of, this is the ultimate pause, and I'm going to say it to you, dead in the eyes. I got a lot of happy dads in me right now. A lot of them. A lot of giggities there. All right, Tryvan, happy birthday. I'll probably call you on my walk home. That's going to be entertaining, so just stay tuned for that. If you don't have time, don't answer. It's all good. We got some wheels to spin. Everybody spam those Tryvans one more time. All right, brother. I'll peace out. I'll talk to you later. Tryvan, always down for a good time, man. Always down. Robert? All right, hang on. All right, here we go. Here's how we're going to do this. All right, we got 3 giveaways today. Oh, my Lord. Whew. There was a second where I thought...
Robert, Queen Sarah Auto paid for you to be on the wheel.
All right. First wheel spin. You're going to get a Devontae Adams picture. Now, this is, again, screen printed. This is going to come with a, what's it called? What are photos in? Frame. That's what I'm looking for. A photo frame signed by Jeremy Chuggs and I. So whoever this lands on, you get this. Courtesy of a Raiders Report watcher by the name of Miguel. Who's it going to land on? Kenneth Nixon. You have Try Van Hours. Try Van Hours to get a hold of Jeremy or I. I personally recommend that you DM Jeremy on Twitter. Give him a follow so it's easier for him to find. At Jeremy Chuggs. At Jeremy Chuggs for your Devontae Adams signed picture from Jeremy and I. The next giveaway item, Al Capone. Ballin' Out. You ready? Signed by Jeremy and I. Aggressive Master Raider! Congratulations to you. You get an Al Capone signed picture by Jeremy, Chuggs, and I, courtesy of Miguel. And now, the big one. Okay? The big one. This is the one that I think a lot of people wanted. It's the Maxx Crosby. This one's dope. This will also be signed by Jeremy and I, unless, say, the only, I can't even make that promise. Can't even make it. Here we go. You ready? Spin that wheel. Taino! Cast Joey! Cast Joey! You are the winner. Kenneth said, I don't do Twitter. Is there any other way? What's the other way? It's up to you. I mean, you already put it out there. Oh. Okay. How about this? Kenneth, do you have Instagram? Kenneth, if you have Instagram, put your @ handle in the chat. See, Rebel says email. My problem is every time Jeremy and I put our emails on the show, we get, unfortunately, bad emails sent to us. So I'm always a little bit hesitant of putting our information out there. So, Kenneth, just put in the chat. You don't got a super chat. If you got an Instagram, put your @ handle in there. That'd be great. Or if Kenneth, if you don't care, if you put your email in the chat. Because what I don't want is Jeremy to put his email in there because, unfortunately, there's a lot of other YouTube content creators from the Raiders that'll send us unfortunate things, and I don't want to do that. So, that's where we're at. So, Kenneth, Cast Joey, I got all your information, so we're good. Robert, I know you wouldn't, but there's people who watch our shows that also make Raiders content that send us unfortunate things. Wild One says Venmo. You can add me as a friend on Venmo at MitchellRenz365. Yeah, just add me as a friend at MitchellRenz365 is also possible on Venmo. So, Cast Joey, you're the winner of the Maxx Crosby. Kenneth won the Devontae. And we already got the bots. Already got the bots. So you got 24 hours. I know. Jansen's saying F Goodell. I just want to make sure that you do have the ability to claim this prize. $1 Venmo from Wild One. It is a possibility. Or just put your email on here. I got to be able to contact you. We're going to leave this show up for another... We'll go until 6:30, so 4 more minutes, okay? 4 more minutes. That way I can get Kenneth Nixon, his information. And then Chuggs and I are going to head on out of here friendly reminder that we will be live on Saturday. We will be live on Saturday for 49ers. Raiders Rams. It's going to be a hell of a show, man. This is the real Raider pod, though. Hey, Joseph, cheers to you, my guy. Rebel, cheers to you, sir. I appreciate you. Robert, no, we haven't seen anything on any extension deals because you can't. The extension deadline has passed. If you're talking for Jacobs, that is. I did put it in the chat. What did you put in the chat? Yeah, I've been looking at this chat. Kenneth, I'm going back here, man. I'm looking at the chat right now. The problem is I can't go back that far. All right, Kenneth. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to make a Twitter. Kenneth, I believe in you, okay? I believe in you. You're going to make a Twitter, and you're going to message Jeremy at Jeremy Chuggs. Unless Jersey Boy Greaser Mitch, there's no Chris Jones trade. Unfortunately, Jersey Boy, that means you're watching a guy who I do not like on Instagram or on YouTube because he's the only one that's thrown out that idea. And I hope you're not watching him because I always say, if you watch him, then you're not a part of my family. So, all right, here's what we're going to do, Kenneth. You got to make a Twitter because I don't see your email in the chat or anything like that. So, message Jeremy on Twitter at Jeremy Chuggs to claim your prize. All we need is your first and your last name, and then we're going to need your shipping address. So, send that to Chuggs. To the 320 people that are watching, you watched one of the most insane shit shows that have ever gone down here on today's show. And I got to tell you, I got to set a reminder for next August 17th for Trivan's birthday. I might have to get all Mount Raidermore's birthdays. We're going to do live shows on Mount Raidermore birthdays specifically so we can freaking party and have a good time. So from myself, from Jeremy Chuggs, we appreciate all y'all. But Trivan, you're the MVP, so I'll be wearing your jersey on Saturday. And I mean, what a hell of a show. Robert said extend the show deal. I'm cooked. That's just me being real with y'all. No, he's not going to do it. So, I'll see you guys this Saturday. Raiders, Rams. It's going to be one hell of a show. Trivan, I love you, my guy. Happy birthday to you. Happy, you're 38, I think, this year. So, happy 38th birthday to Trivan. And I'll see you guys Saturday. It's going to be one hell of a show. To everyone who won, congratulations. And then enjoy your Friday tomorrow. Saturday, be ready. Wear those drinking pants because you're going to need it.